he comes back to life with all his memories and like I can do anything.
I'm gonna hit you guys with the biggest plot twist one day, and make Shaz the most important character in the campaign.
He already is.
Yeah.
He's the real villain. It's not Simon anymore. All right, everybody feeling good? Yeah, recordings up and going.
Yep.
Stream up and going. Okay, then let us begin the first session of season 3. It is the 7th day of the blood moon in the year 1613, the last month of autumn, where the cool but inviting chill of fall begins its slow fade to the indifferent cold of winter. In Laki, the lush fields tilled by stern-faced farmers begin to yield the last of their autumn harvests. In Gallon, the wind cloaks turn their senses southward at the changing of the winds, as the translucent garments that channel their gifts take on a cool shade of white. The students of the rival colleges of Castlemon burn through ream after ream of parchment in preparation for their first semester's final exams, as across the ocean from them, the glittering lights of Castia shine like rubies in the restless Tyrian sands. Court mages and scholars in all of the high halls across the islands murmur of a winter beyond all winters. A coming storm at the heart of the sea, whose scarlet clouds have begun to spread across the horizon, no longer an ill portent for the overly superstitious, but a clear and unmistakable warning. Something is coming, and it's coming soon. But it hasn't just come just yet. It's still a little ways away. It's not winter yet. We're still in fall. So we cut to the Reaper. Oh wow, this one's a bit intense.
Holy shit, the timing.
So, right? The timing was crazy. So we cut to the Reaper on a dim autumn morning. Pelea, in all of her legendary generosity, has graced the isle and the ashen sea around it with skies free of falling ash. But a thin layer of fog cuts the light of the morning sun and keeps the harbor cool. You all gather on the deck of the Reaper to see Portia off. Portia, who had teleported basically in with Nico in tow to give him a chance to visit Andros's funeral and play one last ballad for his fallen friend, has rejoined your merry band, and now it is time for Portia to take her leave. You all got up to a lot of drinking the night before, a little bit of dreaming, if I recall correctly, as well. And as you gather, is there any last words for Portia as she kind of like does that? Well, I guess it's time for me to go. And starts kind of like hobbling. She makes a big show of like walking towards the gangplank as if she couldn't just teleport from where she's standing. Is there any last words for our dear friend Portia before she goes?
I will approach her and sort of just like lay a hand on her shoulder.
Yes.
I don't think you're much for sentimental words, but thank you for everything, and sorry I gave you a hard time last night.
Well,
I'm feeling it this morning.
You're a young wizard, all things considered. Giving people a hard time is part of the deal. You see, she looks up at you guys and she says, I made my living and my career on knowing what happens next. For the first time, I gotta say, I've got no damn idea. But as soon as I have an inkling Wherever it may come from, I'll let y'all know. For now, you youngins should sail off and do your adventuring or whatever else it is you guys got going on. Take care. And she pauses and she says, by the way, I'm an old woman, getting on in my years, even for a dwarf. Those orbs y'all have been toting around, once I'm gone, they're gone too. So I would advise you not to rely on them too much. She said, foreshadowingly. And then
Wait, is Granny portending her death?
Yeah, she's planning her death, which is weird.
Granny, we care about you.
yeah. And then Yusuma immediately recognize as she, taps a little bit on her arcane focus, that she begins to cast a teleport spell, and then soon after, vanishes into the ether. You all are now free to set sail to your next destination.
Hey,
I
look,
will-
how much? Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
How much money do you think we can get for the orbs before they go out defunct?
It would be a good investment to get rid of it before they're useless.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to easily sell them while they're useless.
Well, that's what I mean.
think there's a perfect in between where Portia is still alive.
Well, we didn't
but
know
we're
when she's
not
gonna die.
Yeah, we're gonna need like a good. I don't know. Hey, Ruby, when do dwarves die? Like, how long does that usually take? Like, if we hit the average year of how long Portia's been alive, and like it says after that year she's gonna probably die, statistically speaking, we should sell.
Dwarves live forever, actually.
Interesting.
true.
Never heard of that before.
Huh.
Hmm.
Didn't know dwarves were immortal, but I mean, I didn't meet too many
Pretty-
in my time.
I
Pretty
Elves
much
will live
so.
forever, right?
ish.
Yeah.
Ruby,
Me and Sue will be here long after you guys are gone, so.
that is true.
Smell
Ruby,
you
you
later.
would know that dwarves live roughly 350 years ish. Portia fought the Red Wraith 400 years ago.
Yeah,
So
we
she's
gotta
at
sell.
least
We have to
400
really
something,
sell.
450.
Yeah,
She's
you
like,
should have sold
she's up
basically as soon
there.
as you got it.
Yeah.
It's only depreciating as we hold on.
Yeah, honestly,
Mhm.
this is worrying.
Stonks are declining. Portia in free fall. Okay, I will say that probably your ship has been at this harbor for long enough while you guys were away that Simon has already gone through the motions of picking up like rations and food and stuff, using some of the gold that you guys gave to the crew's fund basically, and a little bit extra that Draga gave them as a tip for keeping you guys alive here and there. So you guys are good on the logistics front of like running the ship. The ship has been upgraded. The cannons are a little bit better. The ship a little bit sturdier. The sails look brand new, except for the parts that were recently damaged. The Tink is in the process of putting back together. You have been warned by several people at this point of the rash of attacks at sea that people have been kind of experiencing. So I will say this: you have the opportunity, you as a crew, to help train your crewmates. I will say that this opportunity will be given to your nameless crewmates. The named crew members are kind of on their own path, so to speak. With Simon being a notable exception of also being a wizard, I would say that Alok, you could help train Suzanne because you both also share a class, but there are no other warlocks or clerics on board in any sense. So you guys could also put in work to help train up your crew so that they might be a bit sturdier or perhaps more fearsome in battle. And in case, not to say that you will get into a fight on the sea or anything like that.
No.
That'd be weird. It almost would be like if a player asked me to do more sea battles and then want to have
Yeah, that would be wild.
that'd be wild. That
No.
certainly not.
What if we had Cannoneers B teach us how to use cannons? I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that's a good, like, back and
They
forth.
teach
Yeah,
us instead, yeah. They already know what they're
Why
doing.
would we,
That's
why
pretty
would we
good.
learn how to do that if we're gonna be fighting?
Well, I just wanted to mention Cannoneers B.
That is true. I will say, you can also make a check to teach Cannoneers B to have them teach you, and the result of that would you being if you are in sight of the cannons, you can give them a hand signal as a bonus action on your turn to have them fire the cannons at something.
That sounds
Because-
absolutely radical.
Yeah, so in case, if you have boarded, say, another ship, you can be like, this guy, shoot this guy,
Oh
hit
my
him with
God.
a cannon.
Make the shot!
But yes, cannons are a bit hard to fire, they're meant for hitting other ships, not other targets. So you would have to be down there to actually use it effectively, which for your crewmates could probably be less ideal. They want you in the front lines because you're much tougher than them. But yeah, what kind of things? How would you guys go about training them, and if so, in what ways?
This is fair. How well did Andros leave them off when it comes to like simple weapons? How to fight in the most basic manner?
I will say that the cannoneers are like mostly trained in just operating the weapons, and so they're not combatants per se. They are far, far weaker than the combat trained units
Skirmishers.
that you have. The skirmishers and the archers. The skirmishers are now, after all of your guys' efforts to get equipment and funnel gold into the crew, they now are all armed in plate. So they have an AC of 18. They're all wielding great swords.
Ooh.
We'll say cutlasses that I flavor as great swords to be a little bit more piratey.
Those
Or
are
great
some
swords I
big
flavor as
scimitars, man. Ooh.
yeah, like giant cutlasses that are sharpened and extra spicy. And your archer contingents, both of them, are wielding longbows and have studded leather armor, and so have an AC of 16, and are now trained in. They don't just make longbow attacks. They can also do like a volley area of effect attack that prompts a dex save.
That's.
Mm.
But if
Okay, so if we're brainstorming, I could work with cannoneers, maybe, and also maybe bring Shaz into the fold to see if he's a good cannoneer.
Okay, you want to train Shaz to work the cannons. You just want him out of sight, below deck, pumping.
Well, we don't know how good he is, and also, look, if there's anyone, I'm gonna look. I still have like one of the orbs, the attunement portents.
The port, okay.
And if I'm gonna give it to anyone in Cannoneers, it's gonna have to be a named character.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. You hear a little knock at your door. Hey, Captain. You asked to see me?
Shaz.
Yeah,
I'm gonna teach you
you
how to
remembered my
bl-
name.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to blow stuff up. Let's go down deck.
Oh, yes, sir. He walks over and he kind of, you look at him and he's kind of very, very eager, very earnest. And he goes, so, just a quick question. From what you know of me, I seem like I would be good at cannon stuff.
You're an up and comer. Like you've got the spark. You've got the spark. You need to work towards it, but you got what it takes.
Okay, yeah, that's very encouraging. It's just my memory is so fuzzy. I feel like I have these scattered thoughts all the time. Of I swear, I used to be able to cast like magic. I don't know. Maybe it was just a dream that stuck in my head. But yeah, canon seemed as good as anything.
Well, I said it, so we're doing cannons for now. Tell me if you have
Alright.
any more of those dreams.
Okay, go ahead. Oh man, I guess just give me a flat charisma. Actually, pursue persuasion.
Come on, come on, You know what? I'm using my human determination. Don't care.
Okay.
I want this to work.
You should use the
Okay.
Alright.
You got that
Jesus.
spark, kid, like
That's
a
a
cannon.
30, not even crit. Okay. On a 30, Shaz looks at you. His eyes burning with a fire you've never seen before. In his dark eyes, the fire as if the lit fuse of a cannon. His dark pupil like a cannonball ready to burst. He nods at you and he says, I'm gonna be the best damn cannoneer you've ever seen. You can call me Cannoneer S. And then
Yo, that's
shivers, full body shivers across the crew as Shaz walks off. And yeah, I think in the next couple of days in your travels, Shaz is going to be working on that. Anybody else wants to like take a group of people? Take like Ruby, I would let you make a check to see if you can convert anybody to worshiping Priscilla.
Oh my god.
um,
Can we just make Chaz into like an all-powerful being? We teach him
Yeah.
all of our abilities.
Multiple classes. He's freaking. What was your character's name, Tylen? Steve? Is it Steve?
yeah.
Steve, yeah. So if I could convert people, do you think like they would then be able to do like simple magic, like maybe like some cantrips, some healing?
Yeah, I would say that some things are easier to bring people into than others. Like, I think teaching somebody how to use a bow is very straightforward.
Mhm.
Convincing somebody to worship a goddess is very different. So I think you would be converting like 1 or 2 people at a time, and you would be
Yeah.
pulling resources from others if they were to be like a full-time cleric, basically.
Is there a way to teach healing without converting people?
Medicinal healing, yes, but the kind that you wield comes directly from a goddess, so they would need to get that from a goddess as well, or just use like potions and herbs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ruby would not go out of her way to like try to tell people. Like if this was like, you know, like a club event where everyone has their booths and they're like, oh, do this, like she would just have her booth, but she'd just be sitting there. Like there's nothing on the booth, it's empty. But if you want to
Okay.
ask me about, you know, like religion, how it works, then she'd probably be open to like taking someone under her
Okay.
wing.
So we are not Priscilla-tizing Priscilla. Got it.
Yeah.
For Priscilla. I mean, I guess just go ahead and give me a luck check, just a d20.
Okay.
Let's go net 20.
20 followers. Okay.
Okay. On a 10. Oh boy, here we go again. There is exactly one Dragonborn crewmate on the ship. I'm naming another one, gang.
Yeah.
And you see that this Dragonborn, they kind of have this like light orange scales that they paint kind of cool patterns into, kind of like almost like nail polish that they use to decorate their scales. Kind of on the shorter side for a Dragonborn, still towering over you, of course. But they come in, and you recognize this person as being a member of the Cannoneers. Because you never talk to them. You never see them do anything because we haven't had call to use cannons yet. And you see they walk up to you and they say, "I'm so sorry to bother you. First Mate Ruby."
Oh. Yeah,
Yes.
what? Sorry, what?
I'm Lily from Cannoneers B. I just wanted to ask
Yeah,
you.
I don't think we've met. You guys usually do your own thing down there.
No, yeah. The Cannoneers have a pretty awful reputation of doing that. It's like most of the time people don't even remember we're here. It's almost like we're a big joke almost that is rapidly becoming more real by the moment. Well, we recently gained another member in the Cannoneers section, Shazmir, who honestly I usually
Yes.
forget exists, which is ironic for me. It almost feels like I just came out of the blue, you know? And with that, he's so good at cannons. He's so good at them. It's as if
Oh, wow.
it's as if instead of being born of a mother, he hatched out of an egg, but the egg was a cannonball. It's bizarre. It just leaves me questioning
It's
my place
graphic. Well,
on the ship. That's my personality. I'm kind of scatterbrained and kind of, head in the clouds. But speaking of clouds, I was thinking that, well, it's no secret that all of us here pretty much worship you guys, the four main crewmates. Of course, you and the captain, and well, let's just say I'm Camp Ruby. I'm Team Ruby. There's some people that
oh,
are Team Gallet, some people that are Team Alok, and then there's Team Suma naturally, and strangely enough, there's some people that are Team Simon. That's a new phenomenon.
oh no.
But I was wondering,
I gotta squash that.
things get a bit dull and dreary here on the ship sometimes. Sometimes it's hard. I struggle, and my mother was a religious woman, and well, I didn't know her long enough to really be able to be taken in by her beliefs, but I was wondering if you could teach me a little bit about Priscilla.
Um, sure. I guess on one side you could consider me an expert because I'm one of the few people who believes in her, and yet I'm also not an expert because I haven't been under her for too long at this point.
Right, but you do seem quite powerful.
Oh, thank you. Uh, glad you noticed that. I mean that's pretty much what Procella is about: respecting raw power, the ability to change things, whether that's good or bad.
Change things. That's that's perfect. Can I be perfectly honest with you? And you promise you won't tell a soul?
Yeah.
I was in love with Andros. And I kept thinking, perhaps if I were a little bit more useful, if I ever spoke up, if I ever stopped hiding in the shadows of more notable figures, that maybe I would have been able to change something for him, or for the next person that I care for. And I've heard the stories of you in battle, single handedly almost. You keep everybody alive. I want to be able to do that. And if Priscilla can help me do that, then well, she's as worthy a person of praise as any.
Well, I can certainly respect that. I'll I'll teach her everything I know if that's what you want.
Okay.
You know it's not gonna change anything with Andros, right?
It'll change how I feel about it at the very least.
Fair enough. Just wanted to make sure because I sometimes will talk about animating the dead, but it's like that's not really like it's not really a real
I
thing.
heard you
You know
got
what
to
I
do
mean?
that at one point. Nico was telling a
Yeah,
story about it,
it's cool. It's cool.
which he wasn't even there. I don't know why he knew, but I guess gossip spreads.
Oh wow.
Well,
Didn't know.
he was in Yasar, and he might have heard it from Zisha at some point. I don't know. 'Cause Zisha was there.
Because Nisha's a gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think Nico just has a way of getting information from people.
That's
Great.
right.
So now we have another named crewmate, Lily the Dragonborn, uh,
Her.
who is who is learning how to be a cleric. Um, uh, uh, Suma and Alok. Is there anybody you want to touch base with? Anybody you want to kind of hone the skills of? I will say definitely Suma. You can just keep trying to accelerate Simon's progress, or you can
Mhm.
try to see if there's any more magically inclined people willing to study. Definitely nobody, for sure. Just from how much you know your crew, these people will not convert, be able to like study that hard, that fast, like Simon did. He was a bit of a prodigy in terms of wizardry, I think. Um, but there may be some who could be convinced if you want to do that.
I think well, as soon as they sort of have some like sailing time where nothing else is really happening, Suma has these two spell books that he picked up on Palea that he has been just like mulling over every day since he got them. I think what he is going to start doing on this journey is basically just like having Simon join him for like study sessions. I think he like just parks them in like a nice booth at the Cork and Cove, and they just like you know have their little cafe jam sesh.
I love
And
it.
if anyone wants to like ask questions or like stop by, he's happy to teach as best he can, but he doesn't really try like he knows that probably no one's gonna
Yeah.
be a new
Yeah.
student per
I
se.
feel like Simon has like such fierce TA energy. Like
Simon does have TA energy.
he has TA energy 100%.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think definitely over the next couple I think wizardry in specific is hard to teach
Yeah, it
somebody
takes
to
a
get
long
into.
time, and I think Suma also knows that like Simon, though he
Might get
doesn't
jealous.
remember, like was a wizard at some point before also, and has some like inner
Innate
memory of that.
compatibility.
So yeah, he's definitely open to any questions that people have, but he doesn't like go out of his way to try to like get
Right,
people to
okay.
start doing it.
Perfect. Okay. Got it. Anything from Alok then?
I don't think Alok would go like out of his way to do it. If like someone nudged him in that direction, or if someone came to him, he would probably do it. But he's probably too busy dealing with stuff on his own. He'd probably help
That's fair.
Suzanne, but Suzanne doesn't really need that much help, right? But if she came to him, he would help.
Oh shit. My bad. Okay. Understood. Okay. So, are there any other kind of activities that you guys would say you are like wanting to do on this trip? For some context, you guys are just heading to any island in the Far Isles? Are you aiming for a specific destination?
Probably one with a city. The nearest one with a notable city, I'd say.
Okay. So, from what you guys know of the Far Isles, it's less of. It's not really a nation, first of all. It's just a collection of islands that people clustered together, like map makers were like, these are all kind of freaky and they're not really united. We'll just call them the Far Isles. In fact, you would know that most people who live in the Far Isles would probably say, I come from specific island instead of saying from the Far Isles. That's like somebody saying, oh, I'm from the Indies or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you would say I'm from like whatever island. Trinidad, I don't know. So there is no like there are no big cities. It's more like islands upon which villages are clustered. There may be some villages that are bigger than others, but for the most part, it is not what you would say densely settled. Um, like upon arriving, it would be more of a makeshift harbor than anything. Although Suma, you would know for a fact that the Sunrise Isle would have a pretty like well kept like docking station. It's not a town per se, like the harbor town, but there is a place to port, and there are some villages upon there. If Suma would like to do that, of course.
Can I rack my brains for being sort of from the Far Isles? Would I have any idea of where this, like, Pirate Moot Island might be? Just like historically, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead, both Gallet and Suma give me a history check.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Or one of you give the other advantage, up to you.
I refuse. I'm winning this.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, you're beating a 17. Honestly, not bad. Not bad. You rolled higher. I would say, Suma, you know for a fact that there is no pirate island there. Gallet, however, your knowledge is that Leviathan, which is the place where the pirates are meeting, is in itself a ship and can move. So in almost like accordance, in kind of harmony with the theme of the Far Isles, upon which islands may disappear and reappear, upon which some places may be accessible sometimes and not others, Leviathan is sometimes there, but not other times. In Suma's lifetime, or at least knowledge of the Far Isles, Leviathan has never come by. But combining those two threads of knowledge, you know that okay, well, it needs to travel there from elsewhere and hang around the area, someplace that an island is not going to appear in the middle of it and blow it apart, if that makes sense. So I think, Suma, you would recognize a couple of choice spots that be like, okay, as far as I know, nothing has ever popped up in that area of the sea out of nowhere in this however long I've known. So if Leviathan is parked somewhere, it's in one of these few spots. And if you want to go straight there, that's something that you could look towards.
I guess maybe I would go chat with Gallet about that at some point, just to share my knowledge of having at least one island that I know how to get there, and sort of, you know, that it has civilization on it.
Yeah, also, be right back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the question is, do we go to the city that you're from? The one that goes away with the sunset or something? Or do we go straight to the Leviathan?
Well, I don't necessarily want to swing you one way or the other. What I will say about going to Sunrise Isle is that it is both potentially of interest to us and also dangerous to us, because we know that Gawain was there, and we don't know what shenanigans he was getting up to.
Oh, that would be fun to figure out.
Wait, he's not in Locky anymore? He left?
No, wait, it was a couple weeks ago. Feels like a couple months. My mother contacted me and said that Gawain was visiting her and said hello. Said that he'd met me, and so and you know, he could have just visited and gone on his way, but that seemed unlikely that he wouldn't have done something there. On the other hand, I didn't leave home on the best of terms, so I don't know how warm of welcome we would get.
We don't have to announce our comings and goings. I mean, we can go like quiet for once. probably.
Or we could just head to where the Leviathan might be. I'm not sure if Sunrise Isle would be on the way to any of those spots, but I could think about it and see.
Okay. We'll go to whatever is closest just to see if it's there. If it's not there, we'll head to Sunrise Isle. I'm saying Sunrise Isle because it would probably help us with seeking the Fae. Like someone
That is
probably has some
something else
info.
that I was thinking. Well, yes. So actually, I was thinking that too because, I mean, elves are traditionally sort of connected to the Fae more so than anyone except the Fae themselves. So, although I never really delved into that when I was there, I'm sure someone must know something.
If only we had a Fae on the ship.
I think we do. Got
Oh my
you figured
God.
that way already.
Do you talk to Lula and ask her anything?
Hey, Lula! Get in here!
Hi, Captain.
Alright. What do you know about the Fae?
Oh, there's lots to know about the Fae. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
How do we get to the Fae from the Far Isles?
From the Far Isles. Well, that's a bit of a loaded question, I will say. But of all the places in the world, the Far Isles have quite a unique connection to the Feywild. It is said that every single isle within the Far Isles once existed in the Feywild and were pulled from that realm to this one.
Oh, so when they disappear, do they go to the Feywild?
That is the understanding.
Okay, so I think that sort of solves itself. Once we get to Sunrise Isle, we can just bamf right to Fae.
So,
Although it is said that the place they go, and we'll say the mainland of the Feywild, are not exactly the same place. Almost somewhere in between.
A liminal space? Ah. So we have to get to the Fae from the liminal space.
Indeed. There are some places that, well, exist fully here, and some places that exist fully there. Some type of magic has been employed to pull some places from the Feywild, but the magic was incomplete. You know, what form they arrive back there, or where it exactly is they go, is hard to say. Suma, go ahead and give me a history check. Actually, Suma, you would just know this, I think. In the times, so the Sunrise Isle appears on kind of the overworld map, we'll say, at sunrise. The moment the sun begins to rise, that first ray of light appearing, that is when the island appears. Around when the sun goes down, the island disappears. However, Suma, to your recollection, the only thing that you've noticed happen is that everything gets dark and you cease to be able to see the islands surrounding you. Where you go, you do not recognize having been visited by any fey creatures or feel as if you are exceptionally more connected to the Feywild. Upon hearing Lula's explanation of the phenomenon, the ring of the words, a place in between, does seem quite accurate to you.
seem would I think that like at night on Sunrise Isle when it's sort of hopped over to that liminal space, would the border be thinner and thus easier to travel like to the Feywild if there was a like portal or something?
If there was perhaps a portal somehow, we could say yes.
Or someone who could make the portal.
Yes.
Interesting.
Someone could break it.
So it would be, but it would be like, yeah, it's kind of a thinner veil than like from the fully material world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
like
will
you're in the
really
middle floor between the first floor and the third floor. You're getting to from the second floor to the third floor is a lot easier than jumping from the first to the third. Um, if we're conceptualizing this as layers stacked on top of each other.
And Lula, just idly asking, don't worry, but if there was a, cost to get there, such as if you went from the liminal space to Fae, and something had to come from the Fae to the liminal space, how bad could that go?
Well, it certainly
There's
depends.
not like any dangerous things in the Feywild, right? It's pretty much just all pretty colors, flowery words.
There certainly isn't a shortage of either in the Feywild. However, I would think very hard before inviting anything from over there over here. Not that they're necessarily malicious in nature, but their sense of what is right and what is wrong is quite different from you folk. For a lot of Fae, it's more about what is fun and what isn't fun. What is interesting, what is not. What is promised and what is owed. There may be no shortage of chaos were you to invite beings from that side over to this side, especially if they were on the more powerful end of things. God forbid if even a single Archfey were able to cross over. That would spell quite a bit of trouble for quite a number of people, depending on their mood at the time.
Okay, 1 second. Suma, does it count as inviting? If the swap happens, that wasn't us inviting them, right?
If I were a Fae, I would say yes, is what I'll say.
Dang it, they can just make the rules too.
Yeah.
Alright.
If I may ask, Captain, what exactly is it that you're wanting to achieve there? Do you know what you're looking for?
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. We did actually have a goal beyond getting there. Yeah, we want to be able to just make a lot of land come up from the ocean floor. You know, when I say it out loud, it does feel a little far-fetched.
Well, certainly, that is something you could reasonably achieve. The Var Isles were summoned by such an effect, although the exact nature of the ritual to do so is unclear.
But
Were you to be able to
Fae-
recreate that phenomenon at a precise point, I suppose that would indeed be possible.
Alright, so the plan's still a go. It just means that we gotta be careful getting it there. By the way, Lula, where are you from? I'm sorry for never asking.
I, too, am from the Feywild. Though, a little while back, I was banished.
For a crime?
Crimes is a strong word, I think. More, I interfered in the affairs of one far more powerful than I. Let us just say that Queen Titania is not one to tolerate insubordination.
Would you be against going back to the Fae, then?
Against is an interesting word. It certainly wouldn't be safe for me to do so, but neither has been traveling with a lot of you.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be safer. We are pretty good at keeping people alive.
Well, I do have scores to settle there, and you are perhaps in need of a guide. I wouldn't be opposed, is what I'm saying. No,
Okay.
I am worried a little bit about what we may encounter there.
That will be
It's just-
fine.
I know for a fact that Titania did not learn of my betrayal through her own machinations. She is far too busy a lady to look into the affairs of one as small as I. Someone over there betrayed me. I'd like to know who, but as you can imagine, quite difficult to figure that out from this side of the barrier.
I can imagine. That's all right. I can get behind revenge. That's a good reason for anything.
That's one of the best reasons to do anything, Captain.
Exactly. I'm behind this. All right. I want. You know what? I'll ask. I'll. Just checking in with everyone to make sure that there's anything they want to say. But I'm gonna say we're going to the Sunrise Isle.
Look despondent. It's like, okay, cool.
Thanks for letting me know, Suma. Just pat on your back. Thanks for letting me know, Suma. I'm happy we're gonna choose the best option for now.
So welcome.
I'm excited to see where Sumo comes from. I wonder if everyone there is as seductive and loose as
I
he is.
did make you go home, Ruby. So I feel like this is my penance.
We're really close to the Fae. You know what? I think this might actually explain Suma's whole deal.
Oh.
Little known fact about the Sunrise Isle that I've collected in my time on this plane: the people there seem to collect royal husbands and wives. Everyone there is
No.
married to royalty of one kind or another from a different island. It's quite strange.
It's wild. I know.
That is a stereotype that is not true.
That's not true.
Uh,
All right.
I
just felt like
mean,
I was
Only
there
a
once.
few
Like
key historical figures have been doing that.
Like,
It's
when I
a
was there,
stereotype.
I couldn't fly 3 feet without tripping over a princess or a prince.
Were they always hiding in bushes? Is that...
A
that
preponderance of
surprisingly is not
bushes.
that uncommon.
They're just crawling out of anywhere. It's worrying to a degree.
Right.
Okay.
You see Simon, who has been in the back, mage hand, writing across in his little ledger. If I am looking at these charts correctly, we'll arrive at the Sunrise Isle, if we're going there directly, in around 6 days.
Oh, that's gonna take a while. How about we, on the way there, just cross off the areas that Suma says we might see the Leviathan. We'll just pass on by, see if it's there. Might
Okay.
as well try to use our time efficiently at least.
Certainly, yeah, we can do that. Okay. So you guys, with Suma, your expertise you have already made the trip from the Sunrise Isle to Pelea, to Copra specifically, on multiple occasions. Well, I don't know. Did you just leave and never come back?
I think I've made 2 round trips because I came home from Pelea and then I was like, okay, never mind, bye, and I fucked off to Copra and never came back. But
Okay.
I have made the trip at least once, maybe twice.
Okay. Then for sure, there's no difficulty in plotting a path, charting a course.
I also feel like it would be fairly simple, like just sail into the rising sun, like for
yeah,
just
sail west. You guys set off from Pelea, and as you sail outwards, you leave behind. Yes, Alok.
Where we left,
Before you leave.
I do need to
Yes.
buy a new set of thieves' tools, but that's it. Just so you know, I would have gone on
Okay.
and done that.
Yes, you go pick up some thieves' tools. Excellent.
Do you need
great.
mine?
It's fine. I'll buy it. It's nice. to have
How much do
extra.
those cost? I'm assuming you've looked into this already.
No, I'm about to look it up. It's probably, if I had to guess, like 30 to 50 gold.
Okay. On D&D Beyond, it says 25 gold.
I'll take that.
You do see, however, for while you're there at the shop, for 100 extra gold, a set of +1 thieves' tools.
God, it's this thing. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Okay.
Oh, we're rich. We just robbed a bank.
Yeah, just throw money at problems.
So that's 125 then.
Yep. 125.
I'll do that. That's cool.
Hey, Chino.
Yes.
Oh,
no attunement.
during. Yeah, during the trip, can I have summon feels?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Is that something you want to role play out, or kind of?
Honestly, it doesn't really need to. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I missed you. And I already had my thing with Ophelia, so I don't want
Yeah,
to do it
okay.
with feels again.
Got it. You summon feels. You have a cute little reunion,
Yeah, I
tearful,
missed
that
her.
happens off screen because it was actually
Yeah.
so tender and moving that nobody here deserves to see
We
it.
both cried.
Everyone cried. Okay. Um, it is smooth sailing as the coastline of Capra and in the distance the ruined buildings of Tora disappear bit by bit into the horizon. You leave behind this place upon which and under which you all have suffered losses beyond any that you have suffered before. Deaths repeated, the loss of valued friends, and physical pain beyond which you have never experienced. Suma burning in lava coming to mind.
Ooh.
Among others, dying in a cone of coal, being ravaged by a giant Merilith. This place of inequalities and injustices, perhaps, hopefully, on the path for a better tomorrow, still has quite some rebuilding to do beyond just the ruins of Tora and Bronos and the ruined remains of the Ivory Vaults. Beyond all of that, on a societal level, there's much work to be done. But our heroes have people they need to help elsewhere, so they sail off. The first few days of travel are largely uneventful. Some small attacks by sea monsters that are easily fended off by the crew, and yours truly as well. But on the eve of the fourth day of travel, something strange happens. A dense layer of fog is cast over the sky. Visibility is low. Who is manning the crow's nest at this point in time? It used to be Shaz, but he's down in the cannons now.
I forgot that.
Well, there was like a time that people had A-Lock doing it, but I don't have the greatest perception, so I don't know if anyone else would be
You
doing
know
it.
what? We'll say
Simon just happens
after
to be up there.
after her talks with Lily,
Okay.
with Ruby, I mean, Lily has decided to volunteer for the crow's nest position because she has kind of set aside the feeling of being a cannoneer. She's kind of left that behind her, and she wishes to be closer to the sky. In an attempt to connect with the goddess, she's attempting to reach out to the goddess that Ruby so helpfully told her about. And in her practices, she says, "You know, I really think that it'll quite help me out to be closer to her." And goes up there and has been manning, and as a fledgling wannabe cleric, has a decent perception score, wisdom score, um, is going up there and kind of while the ship is sailing, Gallet, you typically like to be at the helm, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You see Lily goes, Captain,
Yeah.
uh, I say something, but it's it's difficult to explain quite what. Um, if you have your spyglass, turn it directly due west.
Uh, sure, I have a spyglass.
We'll just say
Okay.
you have
Oh,
a.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
probably
spyglass.
amongst Aramis's things. There's a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
spyglass. Captains have those. You turn your gaze west, and you see as you look around, you actually see that there's in the distance these sharp rocks that are coming up out of the water. Not only are they, as you kind of like wheel around with the spyglass looking for what she's talking about, you see them coming up ahead of you, actually. Difficult to speed. Difficult to spy in the darkness because they themselves are this dark color, and in the black of night and the dense fog, there can be quite difficult to see. What helps you see them is that directly due west, amidst this kind of almost like a barricade of these sharp rocks that will surely be a trial to navigate, you see a flickering blue light, almost like fire, like a flickering large in size. And as it flickers through the fog, you spy amidst the lit up spikes jutting out from the water, a ship.
I think we might have found the Leviathan.
It
Is
is
it
not
big?
this. It is no. It's a bit smaller than the Reaper,
Ah.
actually, thinner from what you can see, with a strange configuration of sails. Go ahead and give me just a flat perception check to see how much you can get. I would say disadvantage from the fog, but advantage from the spyglass. You aren't able to pick up much about it. You for sure don't see the main mast. Like there should be a tall mast right in the middle, just like your ship, just like most ships, but it is missing one. Whether it was shorn off from running aground in these rocks or something else is going on, difficult to say.
They might need help. I'm gonna call the rest of the crew, make sure everyone's up and ready. Gonna get a second opinion on this with my first mate, Ruby.
You bellowed.
Should we assist the ship that might have run into rocks? I have a slightly bad feeling, just the slightest amount.
But aren't they near those sharp rocks?
Yeah, but I'm pretty good at steering a ship by now.
Are you? Have we established that?
I'm saying it as the captain. That is the law.
I don't know about that.
We could have like Suma just fly on over there to check if Suma has fly today.
I can fly. I would be happy to do that.
You want to take someone with you, Suma? I feel like just in case this ship
Hey,
isn't what it's supposed to be.
who has the earrings?
Ruby and Gallet.
Ruby and Gallet? Okay, I can fly too, so Ruby, you wanna give yours to Suma, so if Suma gets knocked out, I can fly back?
Sure. Okay.
Alright.
And then who has the other one? Ayla?
Yep,
Gal?
I do.
So Gallet and
You have-
Suma.
Yeah. If Suma, well, we both can fly. That's the reasoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So Gallet and Suma are going towards it, and do you also both have the earrings?
No, it's just Suma. Just
Suma.
Suma's going.
Just Suma, but Gallet is on board.
Yeah,
with
fly
you.
is way faster than me. I go 30 feet.
Okay, great. So Suma, you will fly alone towards this ship.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I
Sorry.
will say, I can now use a little bit more powerful magic to bring someone with me. I can cast fly on one additional person, or I mean even two, but I don't really want to use that. Is there anyone I can bring with me?
Alok coming would be pretty decent if there's any enemies that showed up.
We don't have a lot of practice flying, but
The best time to learn is actually in combat. It's wild.
Okay. That's
The first time I did it was basically combat.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't know how. I've never really tried being stealthy in the air before. I don't really know how that'll work, but
Just don't make any toots, and I'm pretty sure the magic does the rest.
I could probably do that. I mean, if
Also,
you really want to.
You guys can hear the spooky ambiance, right?
No.
I have to turn it up, I think. I think it's
I
just
can
quiet.
kind of.
Yeah, it's
Or
very
am I
quiet.
imagining?
Is it too quiet?
Oh, okay, wait. I have to turn on the stream.
Well,
That's
turn it
that's the
down.
problem.
That good?
Ooh.
Ayla,
You
do you
look
want
more
to
like
come with me?
Disneyland ride or something.
Are you casting flying nightlock as well?
If you want to come, I can use a 4th level to bring you with me.
If you want Naylock to go, he'll do it. He's not gonna jump at it though.
Could we have an emergency hand signal just in case, and maybe we could have Chaz aim a cannon at the ship. If something happens, he could also fire a cannon at the the like ship as well?
I
Here's
will say
my-
if you sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say maybe I should actually go on myself at first, because if I somehow get knocked out, then Alok can't fly back, and also we only have one pair of earrings.
You're a little dangerous.
Right.
So,
I guess.
but if it seems particularly interesting, I can cast again later.
All right, Simba's got this. But
Um,
Simba, do a loop-de-doo if you want us to fire on the ship.
do guns, great. All right. I will. Let's see. Fly.
Oh, also, Suma,
Yeah.
if you want it, I can make you invisible too. That's something.
Oh, yeah. I
You
mean,
can make someone
that would help
invisible?
if anyone
Yeah, it's
wants
some
to
new
shoot me.
amulet thing. I don't know. Some weird.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
how I'm not kidding
probably
either.
wise.
When'd you get that?
A little bit ago, I did it before in the fire when we were with the sand, the fire newt things, whatever. You
I
didn't.
don't remember.
Well, because I was
seeing
invisible,
well,
so
you
you
were
didn't see me.
invisible, so yeah, that's
You
fair.
wouldn't
Right,
see me.
right.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah,
see
you
that
know
I was
what?
invisible.
Even if you were doing it in plain sight, I could have just missed it.
Yeah.
That's on me.
So yeah, you'll just like walk up to Suma and hold out the amulet, and some flashy stuff will happen. You're invisible.
Cool.
Okay.
See, I feel like I would have noticed because it was flashy.
And I will have cast fly on myself first, so that I don't immediately break the invisibility. Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
I think that is. I'm ready. I will grab my sword, grab my orb, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Then Suma and Suma alone will be brought to a different map shortly. Suma,
I'm scared.
you fly through. I will say this. If you guys are expecting to see Suma while he does this, it is quite unlikely that you will be able to do that. Again, it is dark. This is a distance away, and there's fog out. You can only see the outline of the ship because of the flickering blue flames at the end of it, briefly lighting up its silhouette in the fog. If you want to be able to meaningfully communicate or help out in this way, as Suma goes, the Reaper should attempt to come closer.
I'm also invisible though, so
Suma is also invisible.
We still do have communication with the earrings at least, but
That's
should
true.
we get closer?
right, I can think to you.
Just keep like communication the entire time, and if it stops, we'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
Suma's dead.
Immediately fire, and I'll teleport, and then get hit.
Yeah, well, and also if I need you to see me, I can just like cast a cantrip flare or something, and it'll break
That's a good
it. So.
point.
You know what? I'm gonna make the call. We're not getting closer. Not right now. I'm making the call.
Yeah, I agree with
Suma's
Galen on
super
this.
invisible.
For
Can
for
fly.
posterity, how far away is the Reaper from this grounded ship?
Yeah.
The Reaper is about 1,000 feet away.
Okay.
How long is a cannon? How long is the cannon's range?
That's a great question.
At the very least, I want to be in cannon range.
A cannon.
And our upgraded cannons, I have to add.
600 to 2,400.
Oh.
Okay, so we're good.
We're good.
We're
You'd have heavy disadvantage.
Yeah, it would be a
Um,
disadvantage.
in the fog.
It'd be a disadvantage trying to hit something.
Well, no, not because
Everybody,
of
do you
fog.
know how
It's
to
because
get
of the
rid of a-
range.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be within 600 feet for normal.
I'll start creeping towards it.
Okay.
And while, doing this, messing around, Alok's just gonna keep an eye on, like, the sides of the ship, like, making sure nothing's crawling up or being little goofballs, messing with
Being
the
wee
ship.
sneaky.
Yeah.
My stream ended for some reason. Hold on. Let me see if I can resurrect it. Where did it go? is? Okay. Then Ayla keeps an eye out. Suma, you alone traverse the distance. Gallet, you keep the Reaper moving slowly towards the wrecked ship, or the grounded ship, that is. Go ahead and just give me a, we'll say, I guess it's like a water vehicles check. But we'll just call that dexterity plus proficiency.
Give me a second. Dexterity, proficiency. Okay, I do have something for this. Oh,
Oh, you do. Okay. On a 17, Gallet, you notice that this ship ran aground kind of at the beginning of where these things kind of start popping up out of the water. It's certainly doable for you, as you have so much experience at navigating with the ship at this point, that you can kind of weave. So it gets denser as you go further out. But at this point in time, getting to it would not be that difficult, especially with a 17. You feel confident you could get the Reaper pretty close if you choose to, without damaging the Reaper.
For now, I'm going to be sitting at that nice 600 range whenever I get there.
Okay, nice 600 range. You keep the ship slowly creeping towards that area. Suma, you fly out solo, ducking through and flying in between these pillars of rock jutting out. You go ahead and give me a perception check with. Do you have dark vision? Well, it's still disadvantaged because of the fog.
I do have dark vision. I also have my blessing of the wind
Ooh, true.
advantage on perception, but it could just cancel out, I guess. Then
I think just a flat perception check then. Okay. On a 14. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Weird. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do one of these instead. There we go. Some ominous ambiance. Suma, as you fly over, you see the ship, and it is unlike any other ship you've ever seen. On Instead of having a set of central masts that come up from the center of the ship to catch the wind, it has sails that come out to the sides, which strikes you as quite strange. As well, you see at the far end of it, probably the most difficult thing to miss is a strange arcane contraption, this solid gold plated thruster almost, out of which protrudes a massive blue glowing crystal. It is almost, it seems to you as almost as if it's leaking energy. There's also another thing on deck that seems to be some kind of arcane crucible that is channeling energy, but it is leaking out almost haphazardly, with bits of these blue flames kind of coming out at different points at the back of the ship where you imagine this engine is primarily housed. This is some kind of an attempt to build an arcane ship. Um, Upon it, you see a couple of like loaded crossbows that do not seem to have been fired. They are in the knocked position, loaded with something to be used. However, you do not see any crew members aboard until you take a little bit of a closer look around. You see bodies floating in the water, soaked with blood. A few overturned lifeboats that still drift haplessly caught in almost like the waves here are still broken somewhat by these rocks. It keeps the waters here relatively stable. It rocks back and forth. From what you can see, it appears that the ship is trying to move. It is being propelled by the arcane engine at its rear, but the engine is weak at this point. It is difficult to ascertain how long it's been running for, but it just keeps grinding against these rocks that won't budge.
Um, as I'm flying and looking at all of this, I'll be keeping sort of a running mental commentary through the earring. Gala, do you think my inclination is to land on the ship for a moment and look for anyone who might still be on it, or I could check what might have happened to the people who died, if there's any obvious reason for their death.
Go ahead and bring you guys to the map.
Let's see. Well, first off, before we get that, I'd prefer code names for doing this. I'm the big C, and you can be Pretty Boy, perhaps. You know, let's.
I deserve
I'm the
that.
big
Okay.
C.
Alright,
And
big
after
C.
that, yeah, and is the magical device? Is it dangerous? You think?
I don't. I mean, I don't think so. It seems to just be an engine, but I could get a little closer and look.
All right. As long as you can get a good distance, check out the
Um,
engine.
I'll just
Okay.
give you guys sight just so you can see what's happening. But
Um,
please only Suma move.
I will land sort of just at the tippy top of this stair, a little bit ways from the arcane device, and
Mhm.
I guess just try to, whatever arcane knowledge I have, suss it out, see if it's safe to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
24.
Okay. On a 24, you can ascertain that this is certainly more complex and more sophisticated than a lot of things you've seen. And it's strange for like this type of technology has never been done before, to your knowledge. Um, oh, why does it keep doing that? It keeps like making my stream with the music go away. Okay. So this is entirely brand new to you. To your knowledge, nobody has tried to outfit a ship with these arcane things before. From what you can imagine, it is difficult to load up an engine to the back of a ship without the sheer force of its activation, like ripping the ship. Basically, like ships are made primarily of wood, and the sheer thrust this would generate would kind of compromise the structure essentially. um but you see in these machines like a very complicated web of arcane energy that's kind of weaving its way through the interior of the ship. This is quite advanced magic that you're not acquainted with, but it's easy, I think, for you to look at it and ascertain, okay, clearly this is a battery. This functions in the same way as dumping coal into a furnace that makes things go. Um, but from what it looks like, some kind of protective barrier or limiter has been compromised. This thing should have been outputting energy at a very fixed rate, but the kid gloves were suddenly ripped off and it was allowed to go as fast as it possibly could go.
Like that is why the ship crashed.
Presumably.
Did I tell that? Okay.
Presumably, like you from your with a 24 Arcana, these things are still leaking energy actively, but you can sense that these crystals are all but spent. These are things that are basically spent, and is no longer propelling the ship with enough force. That's why as it's bumping up against these rocks, it's not like destroying itself.
Mhm.
Depending on how far away, or depending on how much energy was in these crystals when like kind of the limiters were taken off, this could have come from pretty far away, potentially.
Can I see any evidence of like obvious tampering, like something that might have been taken off or destroyed, like purposefully, or yeah, any parts, I guess.
Yeah, go and give me an investigation check into this machine.
15.
On a 15, you look, you see engraved on a little placard at kind of the base of this engine is the symbol of a raven.
Hmm.
There is no obvious tampering, no like scratches or blood stains on the handle or anything like that. You can see where the gauge was kind of like flipped open and allowed this thing to go 150% power. But from what you can tell, this was done intentionally, which raises the question: if these things were trying to get away from somewhere fast, what were they trying to get away from?
I will communicate that and say, Big C.
Big
Looks
C
like
coming in.
looks like
What's
this
up, pretty boy?
bird was activated to go at her maximum speed, very fast, on purpose. Whether or not that was malicious or
They might have been running from something.
not is, yeah, running from something yet unknown. I would like to look for any survivors of that.
All right. Do you want any backup?
I think I'm okay for now, but I'll let you know as soon as anything happens.
I will say as well, I think, Suba, you've been on the ship. You had a 14 perception and 15 investigation. There's dead bodies in the water around the ship. And from your vantage, you can see the blood stains leaking out from them. When people die of drowning at sea, they don't bleed out.
Yes, that is also something I'm wondering about.
There's
I will
also
first
yeah.
I will first fly down like pretty close, like pretty much right like 5 feet above the surface of the water. And take a look at a couple of these floating bodies.
Okay.
See what they look like.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Ew, not my best.
If you were attempting to find out, ooh, rough.
9. It's my goal is quite simple. Like, do they have any obvious wounds on them? But maybe I can't.
Yes, certainly they have wounds on them. Difficult to say what caused them. In fact, I would go as far as to say they have been ravaged to such an extent that it's hard to say what could have done this.
Well,
Like, you look at them, large chunks of their body are just not there anymore.
To Big C. I don't know what did this. Maybe if we can get one to Ruby or Ruby over to one of them, she might be able to tell more. But they didn't just smash their head falling off a boat. I think something more did this to them. I'm gonna just peek my head inside the ship real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Yeah,
see if
you
there's anyone
go
inside.
you go below deck, And what you see very clearly, there's no lower layer for the ship. Sorry, so things are gonna be overlaid.
Wow.
Slumped up, against you see actually inside of a barrel that has been overturned is a gnome laying face down on the ground.
Lean over them gently, sort of check their pulse.
There is indeed,
they're
you can still see that their breathing is labored but existent, but they seem to be kind of out cold.
How big are they? Can I pick
They're
them
a little
up?
gnome. They're a little gnome.
Yeah, I assume just child size. Even I could pick up a child.
Simon
I
size.
arrogantly think to myself. Before dropping them in the sea. Okay, I will. I guess I'll sort of just pat their cheek gently and see if they have any inclination of stirring or waking up at all.
Yeah, you see they. Captain!
Hey,
Captain!
hey, you're alive.
Oh, who are you?
My name is Suma. What is yours?
Suma? I'm Dumas.
Dimas? Excellent.
You ruined it. Hey, Lock.
You mean?
I look around. Dimas, do you know where you are? Do you know what happened?
If memory serves, I should be on La Prima.
Ship with big blue engines on it.
Yes. You're not supposed to know about it.
It's a bit late for that. Did you know you crashed?
Yeah, I was hiding in a barrel, but I think I remember hearing something really loud and getting thrown out of it and hitting my. Well, I assume I hit my head because of, well, how my head feels currently. So I think it dislodged the barrel and I kind of tumbled out and whacked my forehead on the floor. Is the ship okay? Is the engine operable?
Don't think so. It's like, well, I don't want to shock you, but you're already sitting down. The engine is pretty much spent, it looks like. And your crew
no.
are, unfortunately, you're the only one I've found alive.
Oh, that's bad news. Even the captain? Have you seen the captain?
I don't know, what does the captain look like, and where would they have been?
Well, the captain said he was gonna go down with the ship if necessary, and he's the one who made the call to disengage the limiters. He's a large, you see he coughs a little bit. You can see that there's, like, he's wounded. I presumably, presumably from the injuries he sustained in the crash. You see, he goes, he was a large Goliath man.
Hey, look, how's
Captain
Yeah, I have a
Captain
question.
Whitlock. Yes.
Is Suma still invisible?
I think Suma probably made an action to wake him up.
Well,
That's fair, right?
that wouldn't
No?
break
Or-
invisibility though. It has to be either a spell or like an attack. So I mean, Suma still could have done a spell. It's up to Suma.
I guess I would not
Would you have chosen to drop your invisibility to talk to this young man?
I guess I would not have initially, and then depending on his reaction, like if he's like, oh my god, a ghost or whatever.
Okay, scratch that. God?
Don't worry, I'm a real person. I'm just invisible at the moment. A little bit of magic.
Okay, yes, that's pretty much a basic spell. I am familiar.
Okay.
If I had my spell book.
Say, Damas, I have some companions with me on another ship close by. I would like to help you and your captain if he's still here. Could you help me look for him, and I suppose we can look for your spellbook too, and I can take you back to our ship and we can figure out what to do next.
Okay, certainly. Yes, we can do that. Um, I can't see you, so I will just follow your voice.
I will, yeah, just sort of quietly whisper my way around the ship with him, and I guess
How long does fly last?
it lasts 10 minutes, so we can't take
Okay.
very long.
Okay, got it.
So I take probably like 7 or so minutes to sort of do a canvas of the ship and then see what we find.
Okay. We're gonna cut back to the crew really fast. What is everybody on the ship doing? Are you approaching the other ship or no?
Still staring at a
Hmm.
fine 600 paces.
Okay, so still staying a distance away.
Yeah, I don't trust this.
Okay, got it. Suma, you are hanging out with Dumas. You are scouring the ship. You see Dumas says, as he finally gets above deck and looks out to see his crewmates bloodied in the water, he goes, "Well, the ship seems less damaged than I thought." And I think immediately he rushes over to the engine to see what's going on. And he goes, "Oh, I don't know if this is going to be salvageable. Oh, they're going to be so pissed. Do you have any idea how much funding went into this?"
I can only imagine. It's an incredible device.
Yes.
Dumas, where are you from?
I hail from Ravenhall Academy. Well, this was part of my thesis project.
Oh, did you make this?
Well, I certainly helped, but I would say that my professor kind of took the lead on most of the stuff. And, well, actually, a lot of the faculty were very invested in seeing if we could make this work. I mean, the technology of the ancients it's difficult to wrap your head around sometimes, but they certainly can do some miraculous things.
If I might be so bold, who's your thesis advisor?
Well, is it weird to say that I've never actually seen them in person? But I know the name. Her name is Yeska.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty boy, this is Big C. Come in.
Suma just like jumps out of his skin and no one sees it. There's some blood.
You seem to have your thoughts pretty well controlled. I can't hear too much, but I had to scream, a mental scream. Did I?
That's
Everything
true.
all right?
Yes, Galad, everything is fine. We'll update you soon. Do I have permission to bring you the one survivor found on the ship?
Permission
No,
granted.
enter.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumas, we can come back to take a look at the ship later, but I think it would be best if we headed back to my crew and maybe debrief the captain on what's happened here, and we can figure out how best to help you.
Can I ask a question, though?
Of course.
Where are we?
We are about halfway between the Palea and the Far Isles.
Halfway.
You seem to have overshot the Far Isles by a little bit. If you were coming from Ravenhall, anyway.
You see, Dumas places his hand on the arcane engine. He goes, "This thing is incredible. Can you imagine? The trip should have taken at least 6 days. It couldn't have been more than a few hours since we fled."
What were you fleeing? I might ask. Actually, don't answer that. Let's talk about it back on the Reaper.
Okay, sounds like a plan. But
Here I
maybe, are you guys like pirates or something?
Oh no, not pirates at all.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I was hoping maybe you guys were pirates. You might know what's going on. The water's turned red, and our captain ordered us to book it as fast as possible.
We we do know a little bit about that. I think we'll be able to answer a lot of your questions. Is it okay if I pick you up? I can fly us back.
Okay. Suma, what is your passive perception?
Hardy har. It is 14.
14. Okay. So you are unable to see this thing moving in the water until it is a bit too late. But perhaps attracted to the flickering lights or the sound of voices or the walking, Dumas certainly doesn't see it. It doesn't see you. Right? You're still invisible, correct?
I am.
Okay. However, you do happen to be in a bit of a line of fire, so to speak. This thing surfaces up out of the water directly in front of the both of you. A massive, it looks to be half snake, half lizard. It's like this long, long body with several rows of legs ending in sharp talons. A massive cavernous mouth comes up out, and eyes fixed on Dumas, it goes for him. It's not going to attack you because it doesn't know you're there, but it is going to go for Dumas. As this creature bursts out of the water, without you being able to really respond to it until perhaps it is too late. Dumas, unless this thing rolls a nat 1. Okay, it does not roll on that one. Swallows Dumas whole.
What?
Just it's a tiny little gnome. Swallows him whole and lands on the ship. It doesn't see you yet. However, wait, actually, does it have blindsight? It doesn't have blindsight. Okay. However, go ahead and decide what you want to do. This thing doesn't seem to understand that you're here quite yet. Uh, uh, so you can choose to engage it and try to rescue Dumas, or you can choose to just leave him behind.
Gosh damn. Okay, first I am yelling in my mind to Gallet, Mayday, big giant lizard eating my survivor.
Do we fire? Do we fire? Do we fire?
Yes!
Fire!
And I'm going to, I guess, fly up out of the way of the cannon fire.
Okay. Go ahead and I guess, how do we do this? What is the plus on a cannon? What do we roll for a cannon? Okay.
No
I
clue.
didn't think we would use the
Your-
cannons this quickly.
Your cannons have a +7 to hit.
Oh, that's decent.
I was expecting 6. So yeah, 7.
They should be a 6, but your cannoneers have been trained up a little bit. I will remind you, this is under cover of fog, and so you do have disadvantage to hit this thing.
That's fine.
Who's rolling?
By the way, Chino, I'm just question. I know it's dark out. Are we using like that kind of darkness thing? Because humans don't have that. So, am I just seeing black? Am I supposed to be just seeing black? Is my question.
Don't you have a thing that gives you light?
Yeah, but I've been waiting on it because it would be a big beacon.
Well, so are we being like? Is our vision being blocked by the fog or by the darkness?
There's fog and darkness, and there's
Okay.
a big pillar between you guys and this thing.
Well, it doesn't actually matter. I'll cast daylight once I have an action because we fired cannons. They know.
Okay. I guess just everybody roll initiative for me then. Let me pull up the turn tracker. Oh, where is this guy? Where's his initiative? Ah, there he is.
That's a good
By the way,
initiative.
I don't know about everybody else, but I can't.
That's a better initiative.
I can't see anyone's health. I don't know about. I can see
That's okay.
Suma's, not anyone else's though.
That's weird. You should be able to see everybody. It's like,
We're not gonna take damage. We don't get it.
Yeah, it's only a bit here. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what a behavior is either. I also didn't know that they came from the ocean.
I reflavored it because I
Oh.
wanted it to come from the ocean.
Okay, I don't know because I could have easily be a thing.
Excellent. Gallet has a 19. I'm working with a lot of things here. Because I had like initiatives for all your crewmates as well in case you guys were doing stuff with them. So I have to reorganize everybody very difficultly. Okay. We'll say that the Behir has the first move, although technically, actually no, Alok has the first move. But I think as a reaction, those cannons begin to fire. So go ahead and let me quickly double check. I will say at the angle that you guys are at, 3 of your cannons have a potential line of fire on this thing. So go ahead and give me 3 attacks at disadvantage.
I guess I.
Yeah, go ahead, go. 1d20 plus 7.
1, 2. 1,
Okay.
2. 1, 2.
Okay. At disadvantage, unfortunately,
Yeah.
none of those are going to hit. So we got 14 on the first one, and that one on the second one, and a 13 on the last one. A couple of them just whiz right past it, and the last one, then that one hits one of the pillars and causes some of like the rocks to crumble around it slightly. It, however, is now aware that stuff is happening. Are you pulling the ship in closer, or keeping at this distance, leaving Suma there?
No, we gotta get closer to Suma. No, we're getting close. We're gonna get closer.
Okay. Then Alok, it is your move. Are there any actions you want to prepare? I will just. Oh boy. How do I want to do this?
So Gal, we're not moving, right?
We're moving.
We are towards it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm guessing. How are we going near it though? Like, just nose first right to it, or because I don't know.
So
rocks, right? So.
The path. So Gallet rolled a pretty high check for the driving the boat earlier, so you have a clear shot, but to weave through it, but you'd have to be kind of like parallel to the ship, roughly, because you'd have to be in order to fire the cannons.
Okay, but the nose of the ship would still be like the first part of our ship, closest to him. I guess
the side of your ship would be closest to him.
Okay. Then I'll go to like the front side and just hold an action with my bow and prepare to shoot if I can see it.
Okay. Got it. Let me just check how fast ships can go.
Don't forget, this is a Reaper. We're faster.
You are faster, actually.
The Reaper can actually just teleport to like where we're trying to go.
Yeah, it's actually a bit weird that we haven't been using that.
Yeah.
You know what?
You know, it's
you are correct. 600 feet though is pretty far. It's pretty far. The Ripper is very fast. I'll be real with you. I anticipated you guys to get closer instead of sending Suma off. That's my bad.
No, it's our bad.
I will say you guys have 80 feet of movement.
All right.
And you can dash for 160. You know what? Let's keep the math simple. Let's say 60 feet of movement. You guys get there in 5 turns.
Yeah, we can do well. Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Or you guys just leave this thing behind. I don't know. Up to you.
I want the engine.
You imagine if you want to salvage what you can of this engine or learn how to perhaps get one onto your ship to travel much, much faster, you'd probably have to get in there and strip it for parts and then figure out how to use it. Okay, so I will say we're going to skip most people for now because you guys are all going to be on the ship. The Behir's turn then. Well, it actually just goes next anyway. It saw the cannons fire. But doesn't see Suma yet. You just flew up into the air. This thing is just going to slither out and then disappear into the waves towards the direction of the Reaper. That is what it's going to do. Gallet, do you wish to cast Daylight?
I cast Daylight.
You cast Daylight. A beacon of light floods over your ship. If there's anything in the waters now, they see the Reaper. We go now to Suma. Suma, you don't know if Dumas is dead yet, but you can imagine he'll be dying very, very soon.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to try and rescue him, or do you just want to leave him for dead?
Well, yes, I do want to rescue him. Just reading a spell. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. How far away from me is this Behir?
You are not sure. You know it went into the water. Give me a perception check to see where it might be. Okay. I will make a stealth check for it. I'll just show this. Don't need to hide this roll. On a 20 stealth check. Unsure what it went. You definitely saw the direction it leapt in. You presume it is under the waves.
I will fly my 60 feet of flying movement as far as I can in the direction I saw it go in.
Okay, got it.
And then I will, that being my movement, I will use my action to polymorph myself into a giant, like, sea serpent creature.
Okay, what stat block are we using?
It's a giant shark. It's sort of, more of a snaky thing, I think, than a shark, but.
Okay, hell
Soul.
yeah.
I'll just sort of belly flop into the water.
Okay, I'm just
over
gonna...
where I think it is.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Let me just put this in your
You
journal.
do have blind sight if you're using the giant shark stat block, just letting you know.
Yes, you do have blind sight of 60 feet. Okay. Then, Suma, I will reveal him to you. He is right here, as if waiting to circle. So you transform 60 feet out this way. Are you up in, how high up are you in the air? Are you like, whoo, giant shark and then splashing into the water?
Let's see. How far away was I? I was like, I think 45
like
or so.
here-ish?
Yeah, I think I was 45 or 50 feet out. So I'd descend a little bit and then, yeah, just turn into this sea serpent mid-air.
On top of this
just
rock?
sort of like, Not
Or
on top
into-
of the rock. Is that a rock?
This is a
I
rock, sorry.
guess maybe like
Be further out
maybe
this way.
like yeah, where would I have done it? I guess I thought he was going more the other way, so I think I would be like here.
Okay. You know what, gang? I am just gonna do a thing here. We're just gonna pretend, okay, that the Reaper is not where the Reaper is. Okay? Let's exercise some imagination and pretend that the Reaper is not there.
Oh, hey, the Reaper's right there.
Is that all just
Uh,
ocean then, or?
Yes, it is all just ocean. Let's just pretend that that is ocean.
Oh, I see, because you thought we were gonna be right there.
I thought you were gonna get close, okay? And it's really hard to set this up in a way, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I can't like make the Reaper move. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
we're just gonna pretend the Reaper's not there. Hey, it's all good. I'm not gonna force you to be up there. But Gallant, you'd actually be on the ship, so you'd be here somewhere. Alok, I think you wrote towards the front part, and then Ruby, you'd be
Yeah.
somewhere here as well. Great. Okay, so Suma, go ahead. Can I just drop the? Can you drop yourself into a giant shark? Or are you just gonna use the
Yes, here.
the stat block, or do you want to make yourself? Oh, okay, perfect. I'm gonna make.
I guess.
It's gonna make you to front. Oh wait, to back, and then I can group you guys. So you should be able to move with the shark now. Can you try it?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, you see it. It sees you. Perfect. So that's your turn. We go all the way down to Ruby. Anything you want to do in preparation for your approach to this thing?
Really don't have. Wait. Maybe bless, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Strong. Yeah.
I will add that you can have anybody on deck that you want to have on deck.
Okay.
So if you
Suzanne's
want-
gotta be here, right?
Suzanne's got to
Yeah.
be there. Okay.
I guess Shaz would be on deck though, just because he was.
Shaz is on
And
deck.
then,
Okay. Do we want
Oh.
Nico? Do we want Simon? Do we want Dell?
Do
Do
they
we
have
want Archers A? Do we
whoever
want
has
Archers
ranged
B?
options? Probably.
I want Lula here.
You want Lula here. Lula
I
says
want
no. He
Lula
is not a
here.
combatant.
Darn it. Okay, I'll just settle for Lily.
Okay, let's pull Lily out. Doesn't have a single class level yet.
Nope.
Yeah, maybe
But
maybe
going to-
better for like after a fight.
She's in the crow's nest, so
Yeah.
Here you go.
she is up here.
oh, could I throw her the bell? The human bell?
Sure,
Oh
sure.
my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Go ahead and make a strength check to toss it.
Good dog. Don't know what kind of ball games we have in this world. Let's see if I can. Oh,
Ooh. Okay. You toss it like a fucking quarterback. She's gonna roll on a 15. She snatches it out of the air, and with that combo, the bell actually gets rung midair. Because you tossed it, it rang, so she catches it. So the bell is
Lily,
ineffective.
you're killing it.
Let's...
And then I'll cast. So can I do that and then also cast bless?
We'll say sure. We'll say yeah.
I'll definitely do it. I guess. I think just us three then. Me, Alok,
Okay.
and Gallant.
Wonderful. Has anybody rolled a nat 20 recently? This
I don't
this
think
session?
so.
No, right?
I don't think so yet.
Great.
Yeah.
Not asking for any reason. Cool. I will not be behind this time. I will be accurate.
Good roll.
Okay.
Already though.
Do we want the archers up here or the skirmishers? Because I have them.
Bless.
They can take part.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess if not now, we won't use them again right? So
Isn't it kind of funnier that we don't use them though, but we just always talk about them? Like,
that's so mean.
Okay. Let's just cut in the middle. There's one guy that's up here and he doesn't know what's happening.
we'll have Archer
There's-
A1.
Yeah, there's Archer A1. That's Tony. Tony got up here and he was yeah, just bad day for Tony.
Okay.
She was like, I set up a stat block for all of them together.
Great. You know what? I love that. Good. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Here we go.
It's our job to make
This
things
is
worse
all
for
going
you.
well. I can tell.
Yeah. It's going swimmingly.
So we
actually.
don't bring the ship in. We don't bring the archers up, except for one.
We don't bring the ship. We don't bring the crew.
We
Hey,
bring the
fine with me.
Lily, who has no skills.
Okay.
She has
Tony,
skills. She just caught
She
the
can ring a
bell,
bell.
okay?
That's fair. You know, that's pretty cool.
That up, and we're gonna Here's Tony.
Hey,
Oh,
Tony.
He is Tony.
Yeah. Let me just roll a quick initiative for Tony.
For
really fast.
Tony.
Oh,
God
man.
damn
All right.
it.
Well, now we have two named people.
Yeah. Oh,
session.
Tony's
It's
out
getting
here.
crazy. Holy
Yo,
shit!
Tony's got it.
I gotta add
Oh,
that one to the
actually,
list now.
I'm gonna change this. It's gonna be Tony with an I, like Tony Morrison.
Ooh.
Oh, that's hip.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, great. Tony's up there too. We got
Hey.
any Simons in chat?
What's he gonna do? Control flame? What does he? What spells does he know? Does he actually know anything? Like helpful?
Yeah, he has spells. He has magic missile. He has
Oh, he's a
Misty
magic
Step.
missile. Okay, Misty Step.
He has Misty Step. He has
Ooh, he has
Tasha's
second
Mind Whip.
one.
He's got
What?
Scorching Ray.
Oh, backfoot there. What the? Yeah. All right.
I want to see what he can do.
Fireball.
Yeah, let's see what Simon can do. We haven't seen him in a while.
He has Power Word. Actually.
Oh no.
True.
Okay, Simon is here. He
Hey,
rolled a really
Gino
high
is-
initiative.
With the daylight, can I see yet?
Oh yeah. Can you
Oh
not
my
see it?
God! Wait, we have
No, it's just black void.
Wait, really?
we have
I'm
so
all-
many people in the initiative, and they're all so high. Holy
see
shit!
now?
Except for
Nope.
Ruby.
Huh. Weird, because I took off all the dynamic lighting.
What are we
I'm
trying to
looking
do?
at the stream and it shows I can see what that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. I can see it
I
now.
just turned it off. Great. All right. There's Gallet. Do we have any Nikos? Any Dells?
Yo, Nico. Yeah, no, Nico has to be here.
Can Dell do
Okay.
anything ranged?
I don't know if we should ever see Del ever fight. I just want to hear that she fought and then don't believe it to a degree.
Dell
You know?
has no range attack, but she has a hand axe she could throw.
Like what once?
Yeah. How about she stays downstairs?
Yeah, just
You want
protect the
Dell.
lower deck people, you know.
Okay, Dell's
Yeah.
yeah. Blood Dog people. No archers A, no skirmishers A, no archers B, no skirmishers B.
We do have
We
archers.
have
there.
Miela just like sing to this creature with that.
I feel like that would affect
That
more
would
than
affect
just a
us
creature.
too,
Oh wait, I see our
dude.
health now. Did you change that?
No, I didn't change anything.
What? That's so weird. When you got rid of the darkness, it showed our health.
That's interesting. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Okay,
Alright.
cool. So that's everybody's action. Suzanne, the ship goes 120 feet closer. It'll be there in, I think, 3 more turns. We're gonna say 3 more turns. Suzanne is just gonna, I guess, dash over here and get ready to fire if she's within sight. Tony is like,
My man,
guys, what do I do?
get ready to fight.
I'm
Oh.
usually with the other archers. This feels like a lot of like pressure. It's just making me anxious.
Just piggyback. Stay with Alok.
Stay with
He'll
Alok.
know what to do.
What?
Got it.
Wait, what are we? What about
Hi, I'm
Suzanne?
here, Alok. How's it going?
Oh, hi. Do you know me?
Yeah, everyone knows you. You're like one of the people on the ship. It feels like half the people on the ship don't even have names, but you do.
Well, you have one now. So.
Although there's a recent phenomenon. Great. Okay, that's Tony's turn. Alok, you're still holding your action?
I'm just gonna I'll stealth and hold my action. Yeah.
Perfect. It's the Behir's turn. The Behir catches sight of you, Sumo. Not difficult to do when you drop in from height as a big shark, I will say. So, it is going to swim over towards you and is gonna make some attacks. Yeah. It's gonna bite you, I think. It's gonna make a quick little bitey bite. Does a 20 hit your shark AC?
Oh yeah. Oh
Your
yeah.
shark C, if you will. It does 26 piercing damage
Ooh.
to you.
Okay.
And it stays clamped on. And then it's going to attempt to wrap its length around you with its constrict attack. You are a large creature, correct?
Check. I am huge.
You are huge.
Mhm.
Okay. Then it can't do this to you. It can do damage to you, but it can't actually grapple you. Like, you won't be restrained or anything, but it can still do damage to you in this way.
Yeah.
It's gonna tend to constrict you. That's
Love
gonna
it.
hit. Okay, that is going to be 16 plus 18 damage. That's going to be 34 damage from the Behir.
Ooh.
However, while you are not restrained, it is glommed onto you, so will remain in place for the next little while.
Bring it to the team.
Gallet, it is your move.
Okay, so am I required to be actually at the helm because I'm driving?
I'm gonna say yes, unless you're gonna delegate somebody else to do that for you.
Simon! Want to control the ship for a bit?
Captain, I'm not really sure if that's kind of like my specialty. I'm not really trained in that. Really, I'm a navigator, but I can't.
Well, you're gonna learn today. Get up here. It's an
Alright.
order.
Okay. Simon is at the wheel. He's like
Aha.
short, so he's like doing this.
Yeah. I'll use my bonus action to do the floaty fly.
Okay,
And
you're going to fly.
how? Let's see. I'll just go as close as I can. And question.
Yeah.
How far away is the Bahir now?
It is about 240 feet away. Oh, sorry, 360 feet away.
Oh, okay.
They're in 3 turns.
Let's see. I'm just double checking if I have anything that just happens to be like absolutely wild with range. Not really.
You
So
also don't know where it's also underwater. You don't even know where it is.
yeah, you know what? That's true. I'm just gonna I'm gonna use my action to dash, and I'll just be right here. Hey, what's up? And that's my turn.
Hi, Captain. What are we fighting?
Honestly, I don't know. Sumo was freaking out for a second, and then communication just cut.
You just hear shark noises. In that case, Simon is actually going to cast Unseen Servant to take hold of the helm.
Hey.
Because he wants to keep his hands free. Great. That's Simon's. Or actually, I guess he's going to move out this way in preparation for anything. Shaz's turn. Shaz is useless and will just walk around, pacing out of anxiety. Suma's turn. You are a shark.
What I want to do is are we, as in this map, sort of backed up against the rock here?
No, there's more leeway. I can just expand the map.
Well, what I
wanna go out that way?
want to do is I want to sort of smash into him. If there is a rock, it is actually preferable. What I want to do is I want to just sort of like torpedo myself into his like stomach.
Yeah, you can probably shove him into this rock. Maybe.
The
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we'll say you can smash it up into this rock.
Okay. I just sort of slam.
Okay. I guess make an attack, whatever your attack might be. Well, if you're slamming into it, it's actually probably more like a contested strength.
Yeah,
check.
I mean, all the attacks are by and I'm not biting him. I'm just sort of like ramming into him. So
I will say you and this thing have the exact same strength, so it's just a roll off here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll,
Alright.
and he rolls a natural 2. You definitely slam into him, and I will say, God, how much damage is this? I'm gonna give him a con save. Hold on. How much damage is this gonna do? We'll just say you're very big, and the difference between you was 10. We'll say 2d10 of damage. Go ahead and roll that. Okay, it takes 7 damage. Gonna take a little bit of damage here, and I'm gonna make a little con save for him. On a 7, he regurgitates Dumas.
Woohoo!
Uh,
Yay.
Dumas comes out clearly like unconscious, either from shock or from damage he has sustained inside the belly of the beast. But he is pointed out, honestly, probably for the best. You probably have like rammed him into here, probably for the best, because if he just was popped out and he's in between two giant ferocious sea creatures, he'd probably shit himself. So Dumas, unconscious, starts floating up to the surface.
Okay. Would it take any sort of action, or would it be a free action to drop the spell on myself?
I think you can just
I don't really
decide
know
to
how it
stop
works.
being polymorphed. I think you can just decide to stop being polymorphed.
Because if I can, what I would want to do is my plan was as soon as I could see Dumas, I would want to drop the spell and thus become myself.
Okay. You are underwater still.
I am underwater, and I would like to, as my bonus action, I guess it's kind of
Blade
weird.
song.
I would like to activate my blade song just so I can have a little extra this thing.
Okay. I will say, whilst you are underwater, you will not be able to cast any spells with a verbal component. Otherwise, the water would just go into your lungs. So that being said, do you take any movement to go like up?
If I were to move, could I drag Dumas with me at all and be a little slower, or?
I would say yeah. Dumas is probably like right in front of you. You can just grab him and then swim up. Your movement will be halved.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, great. I say with 15 feet of movement, you have enough to breach the surface. I don't think you dove down that deep.
I don't think I did. I also have 40 when I'm blade singing, so it's 20 feet.
Yeah, that's definitely enough to get you to the surface.
So I can get to the surface, and then I guess that's probably just where.
Okay.
Where
He
we're
will
hanging out.
be able to get an opportunity attack on you, though. However,
I'll take it.
You will take it. Okay. Gonna lash out and try to bite you as you try to escape. A 23 shield. Oh, you would not be able to say the words for shield.
So that will hit.
Okay. That's 18 piercing damage to Suma, but you do escape outwards. Are out onto the water. Suma, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage. Okay. On a 23, this is an overall perception check, both from when you were in the water as a shark with your shark blindside, and also as you surface. When you were underwater, as soon as you are dropping the polymorph spell, you notice multiple shadows streaking through the water towards the Reaper. Towards a direction in the water, actually. And as you surface, you see that the giant beacon of daylight is probably what they're speeding towards.
Okay. If I have any sort of time left in this turn, as I surface and sort of regain control of my mind, I will communicate with Gallet over the earring, and say multiple shapes coming towards the Reaper. be careful.
Okay.
Alright.
Understood. Okay, great turn. Nico's turn. Nico time, baby. Nico just kind of dances in the middle of everybody, just kind of grooving. He's
Yeah,
playing his
oh,
little
man.
lute, and he's gonna give bardic inspiration to you. Gally goes, Monsieur Capitaine, you got this. And you
Hey.
have I think it's a D8 now of inspiration
Oh,
from Nico because he's level 5.
we live in.
Yay.
D8 of inspiration to you. Great. Can't do much else other than that. Ruby, it is your turn.
Hmm. Hmm. I guess I'll cast like spiritual weapon and then just have that
Okay.
as far in front of me as I can.
Okay. What is the shape of your spiritual weapon?
A fishing net.
Okay. Great. I love that. That's good. This is such a shitty. Oh, it's a fucking premium asset. No, from the web. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. Oh, it's so hard to see. Let's do this instead. No, that's even worse.
You can probably like tint it to make it yellow or something.
Yeah, I'll give it like a blue tint or something, and I'll give it an aura. That looks awful.
I don't even know what color would work well. There's so many colors on the
YOLO.
map.
Okay, we're just gonna do that instead. We'll make the tint like paler. There, you can at least see it with the little circle around it. Okay, great. And you're gonna put it out front, like towards the front of the ship.
Make sure you make the aura like the 3 dots. Make sure that you make it C. That you check mark C, because we can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Wonderful.
I would
Okay.
say maybe like 60 feet in front of me, so
Okay, we'll just put it out here for now.
yeah,
Great.
that's good.
Okay, back to
It's so
Suzanne. Can't do anything except hold her action. Tony just looks at you, Alok, and goes, "So, having a good evening?"
I mean, not really. Especially not now. Just focus on the water. Make sure, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Careful where you aim that, by the way.
I'm real good at this. Okay.
This is your whole job. We named. It's your whole name.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in Archer's B for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
an
true.
8-tier Archer. Alok, it's your turn.
I hold my stealth, holding my action.
Okay. It's the Behir's turn.
Georg.
Let the Bahir get here.
You have just done some damage to it, Suma. Oh, it was you were a shark, but it's watched you stop being a shark.
Yeah, I was not subtle, I'll say.
Right. So it's gonna swim up towards you guys and attempt to constrict you.
Uma might die.
You may or
By
may
the
not
way.
use the earrings at this point in time. I will leave it up to you before I roll.
Hey, this is a good time to use an earring.
It's not a bad time.
How do they work for this?
If you switch before the hit, it uses Gallup's AC. I'll remind you that
I'm
shield
gonna try taking
takes your reaction, and so does the earring.
But if you use shield, well, no, I don't. I probably don't even know this is happening. It's pretty far out. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
See what fate has.
But
happened.
Galley can use shield.
Okay.
could.
Yeah,
I
shape
will
shield.
tell you
That's
right
good.
now, it's dicey.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you not teleporting?
Dicey.
I meant for this.
I
to be-
don't know what's happening. Like it's too
I meant
far
for
out.
Well, I know,
this
but
to be fought
is Suma not
as a
teleporting?
group.
It's not for Suma.
I just love the idea that we're slowly moving towards
Yeah.
the We're coming.
Me asking you multiple times. So You guys can get closer if you guys want to get
Ah,
closer. to
there
this
we go.
thing.
It's suspicious why he wants us to get closer.
I think we
You can
shouldn't
leave him
actually.
behind
Might be a
if you want to
trick.
leave him behind.
He's trying to
Um,
bait us.
Okay, then he's just gonna come at you with this roll. A nat 1.
We knew.
This is on the
So
which
obvious.
was the important one because you aren't restrained. It does still get its bite attack, which does a lot of damage, however. A 25.
A 25, I can shield that, no problem.
You shield that, no problem.
Oh, you
Okay.
make that?
Yeah, with shield, I have a 26.
Well,
That's wild.
the shield
Okay.
used a verbal component if you're sticking with that. I don't know.
I'm on the surface now, though.
She's
We're
on the surface now.
Okay.
Yeah. So he made it up to the surface with Dumas in tow. Wonderful.
Thank God.
Okay,
26.
that's gonna be its turn for now. Gallet, your move. Do you hear?
Yeah.
Does Gallet hear anything from?
Yeah, I don't.
He's just here from the earring, like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
You need backup.
Right
You
in
need
front of me.
backup.
Right in front of me, Gallet. Right here.
Silva, do you need backup?
No, I'll be on the ship soon. Don't worry. I've got
Okay,
it.
then I'll use my action to prepare once again. I'll cast at level 5 Armor of Agathis.
Armor back at this. Wonderful. Okay, it's Simon's turn. He just gets out onto the deck. Shaz's turn. He just gets out onto the deck to prepare. And then we get to Suma.
Time for that dimension door, yeah. Taking Dumas with me. I think it is
Okay.
500, like within 500 or so feet. Let's see. Yeah, any place I want within 500 feet. So I'm just gonna look at the approaching Reaper, which I think is close enough now, and spirit us to the deck of the
And
ship.
you take Dumas with you. We'll say you end up just on the closest point to where the
Yep.
Reaper would be. Okay, you bamf out. All of you watch Suma just appear out of nowhere. We lose sight of the Behir. We don't know where it is anymore. We also don't know where those figures were that were approaching either.
I
Okay.
land. Can I just take like a super quick look at Dumas? Is he imminently dying? What's his sort of condition?
One would say he may or may not be rolling death saves.
Okay. I call over to Ruby. Ruby, this man is still alive, but he needs help. Can you heal him?
Yeah, I run over, I guess? Or actually, I don't need to, huh? I think I could just, on my turn, I will cast Healing Word.
Okay, perfect. Then that's Suma's turn. You want any more movement? You want to bring him anywhere?
I
You have
guess
half
I
your
will
movement available.
sort of pick him up and move him as best I can over to
Okay.
Ruby.
You see, as you bring him over that way, Nika goes, I see you have someone injured over there. If you want Ruby to save her magic, I could heal him.
Yes, Nico, if you can, that's awesome.
Okay. Then
That's what
just-
meant Nico.
You know what? Nico was useful.
Yo,
I-
Nico is always bringing it.
Yeah, he really
Okay.
does.
Nico is just gonna go and cast Healing Word on Dumas. Dumas pops back up. His health is negligible. If he gets hit by anything, he will go down again. Okay. Then that's gonna be Nico's turn. I guess he would have gone closer. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Reaper. Dumas goes, what is happening? I got eaten.
Should we record an initiative order or no? Like, if he wants to like run down.
You know what? Yeah, I think Dumas is just gonna go. Let's give him a turn actually. 3. He goes last out of everybody.
Ooh.
Which is fair. He's a hurt boy. Alrighty. Then it's Ruby's turn. So, that spell slot was saved for you by Nico, so you can do whatever you want on your turn now.
What to do. Gallet, do you think you would have told us about other shapes like coming towards the boat when Suma did?
Oh yeah. I would have been like, people are coming.
Yeah, we might be fucked. Whatever.
I'm sort of just waiting at the side, sort of bored.
Man, when are we gonna start getting a fight?
I'm looking for them. I don't see the Suzanne. Do you see them?
No, I don't see anything. This is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is kind of crazy, but I haven't used my water walk ring in a long time.
Hey,
Oh God.
I'd respect it.
Mark this down for one of the crazy moments for the wrap
No, I'm just considering. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay.
I mean, like, what are the chances an underwater sea creature would try to eat straight up? I mean, we haven't seen that even this session yet.
Sure. We haven't seen it.
We'll keep that as a thought. But for now, maybe can I just see if I can perceive anything near us?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Mm,
21, Ruby. You see a lot of dark shapes streaking through the water. Groups of creatures that seem to be surrounding the Reaper. You look and you are able to call this out so that everybody is aware that you are about to get boarded.
And it's not really not like solid creatures. It's just kind of like they're like amorphous at this point.
There are shadows in the water, but probably they are about to start appearing on top of the Reaper.
I guess I could heal Suma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could as well.
That would be cool.
I'll do it the higher one just because we did ring the bell earlier.
Technically, Nico used it.
He used it already?
Because he cast Healing Word for Dumas.
That's okay.
Sure. Well, Lily's not in the initiative, so when would she be able to?
Lily rolls it, rings the bell, initiative count 20.
Okay.
She's just there. Ding, 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 at the top of the crow's
How are you guys doing, though? I'm helping.
Hi.
I will cast
Bell
it.
ringer.
Okay, 7 health back to
7.
Suma.
Nice.
If you are casting it at 2nd level.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Dumas is crying and peeing himself and is going to get up.
Did you
And
have
then
to add the peeing part?
He's peeing himself and he dashes.
I mean,
below
we
deck.
wouldn't be able to tell he's already wet, so like.
Yeah, that's true.
Now he's gone. That's true. Yeah, I'm throwing it in there for flavor.
Wow.
Okay. Suzanne and Tony's turn.
Did he
Suzanne
just pee
goes.
himself?
Ruby, where are these things coming from?
They're coming from the water. They're like about to board the ship.
Okay, got it. She's just gonna ready an action to shoot the first thing that appears, within her range. Tony is going to do the same. Alok, I'm assuming, is gonna do the same.
Yeah, I think Alok would also say, Tony, we should probably back up a little bit.
Are you moving or no?
Well, they're boarding the ship. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to look over the edge and shoot at them. I'd rather be back a little bit.
I see.
So,
I see.
I'd recommend, Tony does it too on his turn, preemptively.
Okay,
Yeah.
then Tony will follow you and go, "You got it, boss," and back up just like that. Great. That being said, we're gonna start to have some of these guys
Yeah.
appearing,
Oh,
climbing up, using the turn to climb up like that. And then Suzanne immediately fires a shot. I think this might be out of range. 70 feet? No, the archer can get it too. Okay. Why did I make this so difficult for myself? Short bow.
Aren't you
from
happy we
Suzanne.
didn't bring everyone?
An 18 is going to land. That's 13 damage to this guy.
Wait, is that my man Tony?
That's Tony?
No, that's Suzanne.
Damn it.
Oh,
I thought she had a crossbow.
yeah. I did
She has a
too.
short bow. And
Damn.
Tony is going to go. Let's go, Tony.
Don't get showed up later. Don't get showed up.
Does have a longbow.
Okay.
A 14.
It's okay,
Does
Tony.
that hit these guys? I have to actually double check. No, I buffed these guys. That does not hit, but just barely. So Tony misses and he looks at you and I'll go, sorry. It's just there's usually more of us, and it's almost kind of like a bunch of us shooting at the same time, so one of us hits. You know.
So you don't aim,
Just
you
to-
just shoot in a general area.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Alok, can I tell you something?
Not right
I
now?
haven't told anybody. Yeah, right now.
Okay, sure.
I was supposed to be an archer's bee. We're gonna cut.
Wait, what?
The Behir is not on the map, but it is still taking a turn. Gallet, it's your move. There's a big boy right in front of Simon.
I'll save you, Simon. I'll just float over here. First attack, no push.
Is Gallet still bored?
Does a 15 even
15
hit?
hits exactly.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
12.
Damage to this guy, no push.
And second, will push.
A
Will not
10,
push.
unfortunately. Not
Wait,
gonna-
wait. I'm gonna use the D.
Weight blade. A
Darn it.
14 just misses.
You're also blessed. You're blessed.
Oh, I'm
You're
blessed.
blessed. You're right.
right.
It hits. It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome.
Nice job, Ruby,
Thank
coming in
you.
clutch.
10 damage. Okay,
And it
this
pushed.
guy's on death's door and pushes him off the edge.
Yeah, he's just going back over.
It's gonna be Simon's turn. Oh wait, I missed these guys appearing. On this end of the thing. Okay, Simon's turn. Simon's gonna cast Magic Missile, and just
Get him!
homing
Hit him with the
missile.
1-2.
That's a Hagen. As it's going down, Simon gets his second confirmed kill of the campaign. Let's
Look
go,
at my
Simon.
Simon.
He's catching up. Like, we gotta be careful.
I gotta stop giving him these freebies.
I don't remember who was the
Yeah.
lowest, but like, probably Ruby.
Okay, it's Shaz's turn. Shaz? Why did I do this to myself? You guys have so many people on your team. What's Shaz? What can Shaz even
Man,
do?
I
Oh,
mean-
he has a longbow.
Also, there's a cannon nearby.
He's gonna go out
You
this
know.
way, and he's just gonna longbow the one that just came up. Hits.
What was that training for?
Wait,
there's one right here.
5 damage to this guy.
Hey, he hit.
Would I get my held action
Okay.
attack too? I didn't see this guy.
Oh yes, yeah. Yours
Yeah.
would go off as well.
I don't know how stealth would work in this situation. Would I get the advantage from stealth or no?
I think yes.
I'll take it.
24.
Didn't really need it.
31 damage.
Hey, my
Jesus.
man.
This thing is on death's door after those 2 firing shots. Great. That's Shaz's turn. Suma, it's your move.
Okie dokie, I'm going to sprint over to this guy and just try to finish him off.
Okay. Kill still coming up. Certainly, you kill this thing, but we'll have you roll. Okay, it's dead on the first shot. On the first attack, it's dead.
Oh my god, Suma, why are you still stabbing it?
Suma just...
You know how I am.
Suma still has this
You don't even have the
shiver
helmet
that's
anymore.
on
The
him.
I know.
helmet's gone.
No. Okay. Yeah, and then that's it. I guess that's it.
Okay. Then this big
I'll
boy
move a little bit away from the
appears on the scene. That guy shows up.
That's Baron.
Sahuagin
railing.
Baron Nasher. Okay, that guy shows up. Let me give him a nameplate you guys can see. Perfect. But that's his turn, like dashing basically to get on the ship. That person doesn't exist. Okay, this guy is also going to surface on the ship. Great. Now it's Nico's turn. Nico is not going to attack. He's actually going to cast. Who's in range? This is his signature move. Okay. I think it has aid. And 30 feet, 3 creatures. He's gonna increase Suma, Ruby, and Alok by 5 HP. Your hit points go 5 HP up. And then he's gonna also do another Bardic Inspiration to, we'll say Ruby. Madame Ruby, you got this. And you have that as well. Because as we've seen, Alok and Suma have no worries with these high-ass fucking attack rolls. Gotta give it to somebody else. Okay, more of these guys appear. More are coming. That guy shows up.
We again.
This one pops up as well.
Oh, baby.
And this one's gonna pop up right here. Great. That's all the turns until Ruby's turn.
Joke. So can I move my spiritual weapon just enough to hit that guy right there?
For sure. Yeah. We'll move it right over here. Hit him with the bonk. I'll have it be controlled by you, so now you can move it. Go ahead and roll an attack. That's gonna do it. 11 damage. Woo! Doing work.
And then I just cast a Sacred Flame on this guy.
That guy. Okay. Got it. Doesn't have a high dex. 14, I think, fails, correct?
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Then going to take. Go ahead and roll damage for Sacred Flame. Okay, 13 damage. Hell yeah. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, that's gonna be Ruby's turn. Any movement from Ruby?
Maybe I'll just move like a little bit closer to Lily, like that middle of the boat.
Okay, got it.
Rock the boat. Oh, rock the boat, babe. Oh.
Okay.
I'm not that heavy.
Wonderful. Alrighty then. Now it's Suzanne's turn. You know what? Suzanne is just gonna steady aim and take fire at this guy. Because if Alok can do it, so can she. Okay, that's gonna hit 21. Actually, she might
can crit fish, yeah.
Okay. 11 damage to this guy. Chipping away. Tony's turn.
Yo.
Don't worry. She nudges you. I'm gonna redeem myself right here. I don't know what Tony's supposed to be like, but she's just kind of fun.
I like Tony.
No. She actually
Alright,
does
so
this
aim
thing
for
where
this.
she looks right at you instead of at the target and goes, I got this.
Tony, you should probably look when you're. Oh.
Arrow just goes sailing off of the.
I think you hit him. Good job.
She goes, that usually works out better. Alok's turn. I want her to be the antithesis of Alok, just zero seriousness and work ethic. Or patience.
This is
Alok.
Okay, Tony, if I were you, I would just try to get behind me, just in case. And look where you're aiming, and I'll steady aim and I'll shoot at this one.
Okay, great. $22 hits. Okay, on a 23, you knock it the fuck out. Boom. That is. Hold on. You take it out. 2 sneak attack kills. Hits. Take out that one. Perfect. Okay. Are you any movement from? Oh no, you steady aimed. Wonderful. Okay. Unbeknownst to all of you, it is now the Behir's turn. Behir, who you have lost track of, the inky blackness, has been using all of its movement to dash up onto here, and now has enough to jump out from the waters and onto the ship. Boom.
Oh, he's far away.
Not really.
Actually, gonna get right gonna move right up here.
Oh no, you're gonna get Tony.
Sorry, Tony. The Behir,
It's okay.
go ahead, Alok, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, well I have bless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 17.
Okay. That is very lucky for you. I'm gonna make a roll for Nico and for Tony.
Bless.
Pray for Nico and Tony is all I'm saying.
Bless is such a good
Please.
spell.
Please pray for Nico and Tony. They're about to... Tony makes it.
Yo!
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Now
Let's
Nico.
go.
Let's see about Nico.
It's okay. Oh, I guess they both respawn, so whatever.
Nico does not make it.
Uh-oh.
Which means when the Behir opens up its mouth, unhinges it, and lets loose a bolt of lightning, Tony and Alok are able to dodge out of the way, but 12d10 of damage, 50 damage. Alok, you dodge it perfectly, completely. Nico is blown off the face of the fucking earth.
Does Tony also have evasion, or?
Tony does, an archer, and does not have evasion.
So
Tony
it would take
is-
25, right?
and instantly goes down as well.
Okay. Is Shaz dead?
Yep.
Like just gone.
Nico goes down. Shaz
Oh,
is actually
sorry,
not
sorry,
in the line-
Nico. I meant Nico.
Yeah, Nico goes down. We'll be making some death saves.
Okay, so not dead.
Not dead. Okay, Gallet, your turn. You know what? This calls for battle music now. We have passed that part of the.
My crew. How dare you do this to my crew? Let's see. How far away? Okay. I'll go as far as I can. Sorry, Simon. I'll be back. I'm gonna go as far as I can, and I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave, and I'm gonna try to hit the Behir and whatever this guy is off.
Okay, that's going to be a what's dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with size at all?
Yeah. they
Should.
Probably.
Uh,
It doesn't
I-
say it.
it doesn't say anything about pushing. Actually, you can knock it prone though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking
I'll-
of the higher
yeah,
level one.
Yeah.
there
Sorry.
is.
Yeah. So yeah, just I want to knock him
This
prone.
guy, the Behir, does save. The Sahwagan, the Sahagan, crits.
Save.
Crit saves. So
Okay.
but they both do take damage still.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 7 damage to each of them.
And I'll use my bonus action to put a little tentacles here.
Okay.
Well, actually here.
Okay, let me whip up a tentacle for you really fast. God damn it.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna attack the Behir with that.
Okay, go ahead and
I
roll the
have
hit.
depths. What is it? Titanic tentacle. Hey.
22 hits.
7 damage.
7 bludgeoning damage. Excellent. This guy looks like he barely feels it.
Yeah, it's just like a slap.
Yeah. Great. Okay then. That is gonna be Simon's turn. Simon goes, Captain, you left me alone with this really big guy.
I gotta fight the big one.
He goes, understood. I got this. And Simon is going to cast Scorching Ray.
Oh.
Bazoom. Okay. The first one is definitely gonna hit. He's gonna put it all on the big one. Can we talk about Simon? Can we
My
talk
man
about
Simon?
Can we talk about Simon popping off right now?
I may be a hater, but
Alright,
I
okay,
see
well,
that he
maybe-
brings results.
Okay, wait.
Simon pours out
Okay.
22 damage. Simon grabs his
Wait.
book and he goes, "This is my anime now!" And then he casts Scorching Ray.
You're
That's
what?
gonna be-
Get rid of him. Can we get rid of
What-
him?
what
Can
is
we
that?
just throw him off.
This is my move, Scorching Ray.
Wait,
And then
if it's an anime, then it's mentor has to die.
Oh, well, yeah, I know.
Suma.
We've been foreshadowing that one.
Oh,
You
no.
Just replace me with him. It's really
There you go.
fun.
That's your new character.
Okay, Simon is gonna do 22 damage to this guy. A big hit.
I didn't look
and
big.
Simon's
That
also
didn't-
gonna back the fuck up away. That was like more than 20% of his health, let's say. Shaz's turn. Shaz sees Nico and Tony go down and goes, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, guys. Does Shaz have any healing? No. He's
Does
just
anyone
guy
have a
with
potion, Gallet or Ruby?
I have a
He's-
potion.
He's just a
It's
guy
up to you
with a
guys if
bow.
you use it. If you'd allow Shaz to use it.
Always worth it to save a friend.
I think he's gonna go, no. I'm tired of being useless. I'm tired of being made fun of. I'm gonna shoot this big guy.
Wait,
and-
why is everyone being anime right now? Oh god.
We've
It's
been
my
away
time
for
to shine.
far
He's
too
gonna-
long.
he's
We
What
need a
have
new
we-
crew.
Back up that way, take out his longbow, and fire. But a 15 unfortunately does not hit the
Aw.
Behir. I need a little bit more in the tank than that. Shaz's turn is done. Suma, it is your move.
I am going all up in the front grill. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does not hit.
That's
Neither does a 14,
it's
unfortunately.
all good. I
The dagger hit
poke him.
does.
Poke
Die.
him.
Oh, wait, you're the the Sahuagin. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The first one hits, the second one doesn't, the third one hits. So that's
Okay,
total
great.
15 damage.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
I had a stat block
That
pulled up.
works.
I assumed you're hitting the big guy.
No, lethal baby.
Lethal.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm chilling.
Okay, you are chillin'. It's the Baron's turn. The Baron is a large hulking, so these things are like these big fishmen looking guys. You see they are like kind of haggard looking, kind of like pieces of their scales are like kind of missing and almost like rotting off. But this big one looks pretty healthy, despite the strange kind of necrosis that's wending its way through his body. This guy, that's how they talk, is just going to fucking... What did he make it to? Yeah, he can get here. He doesn't want to get pushed off by anything crazy, so he's just gonna go up to Suzanne. Boom. And he's gonna start swinging on her. He gets 3 attack. He's gonna bite onto Suzanne. That is going to hit. 11 damage. I'm gonna see. She has uncanny dodge. Wait, does she have uncanny dodge? Level 5. Let's double check.
It's a level 5 feature, yeah.
Okay, great. So she has her uncanny dodge, but I will wait to see which one of these does the most damage. And then it's going to stab at her twice with its trident. 15. I think that hits her. Yeah, hits her exactly, actually. And then another one, 16. So that's going to be 12. Okay, she takes 28 damage. Suzanne just goes down. Suzanne just goes down, unfortunately. Suzanne is instantly taken down by this guy. Does uncanny dodge, the higher damage one, but still is taken down by the weight of its blows. Okay, look, one of these guys gets to take a turn that isn't dying immediately after getting onto the ship, which is great. This guy is, I guess, just gonna try to start going after Suma. Can't really risk taking any opportunity attacks from you. So these are the runts. This feels almost like a formality. I doubt they will be able to hit.
I
you.
want to actually, in this second, since we can speak with mine, I want to swap with Suma. I want to get the hit. I want to get hit. I want to get in. Let me in. Suma, let me in.
Don't
has-
do it. You
Oh my
still
God.
sacrificing.
Yeah, I'm
Suma has
swapping.
no choice in the matter. Okay,
This
you
guy's a
swap.
masochist. Holy shit.
I want to get hit.
New-
I wanna
new
get in.
season,
No,
new
no,
Gallet.
no.
Let me
God.
in, coach.
Okay, so Wagon confused just hits you
Let's
anyway.
go.
Goes after you, 24.
Hits.
And then gets another one with its, sorry, 2 more, and then one with its claws, misses, and one with its spear.
We should see the damage one at a time. He might die in the first 2.
Oh,
This is true.
that's why. Okay.
7
okay,
damage.
so 7, he takes 25 damage.
He dies immediately after hitting you.
Okay. Okay. Genius.
Like spikes come out of your armor, impale him. We'll count that as a Gallet kill, even though technically it killed itself. Gallet said, "I'm tired of being at the bottom of these standings."
No one ever hits me.
Okay.
Armor back at the Son of Warlock is cool as hell.
That thing is
Yeah.
gone.
Very
It is
good.
now Nico's turn. Nico is going to roll a death save, but I'm not going to show you what he rolls. Interesting. Okay, that's Nico.
Well, what do you mean by
Um,
interesting?
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Can you just be
okay.
more specific?
Yeah. Like on a scale of 1 to 20, how interesting?
I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, this Huagin, the little one, the priestess, is going to.
Oh, it's not a baby.
I don't know about all
It
that.
waddles up. It's got like a little binky in its mouth.
It's gonna go. Actually, it doesn't need to move. It's gonna take aim at Simon. It's gonna take aim at Simon. And it is going to cast Guiding Bolt at Simon. A 16. Simon has shield. I have to make sure that he can actually full shield this. He cannot. Wait. Why did I make a cursed creature? He's so cursed. His armor class is 9.
Poor baby.
He doesn't have
Hey,
mage armor. He didn't get
Yeah,
that
you
spell.
should teach him that,
Should
Suma.
teach him mage armor.
He did
I
not.
tried.
It'll give him a 12 AC.
want it to be one of those
Guiding Bolt. That is
stats.
18 damage to Simon. That is exactly Simon's hit points.
Nice.
This isn't
Simon
looking very good.
goes down as
We can't heal
well.
all of these motherfuckers.
Hey,
Unless
Ruby.
Suma, you're gonna invest a counterspell.
I didn't prepare it today, so I cannot.
Indeed, Simon goes down.
No.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
He
thanks,
was too
no.
anime. It was just too much.
He was a bit too anime.
We have
You know
4
he's-
allies down.
You know, Simon is down and he's like in a dark space and he's getting up and he goes, he sees Suma and he's like, I failed you.
I will avenge you.
I failed everyone.
How do we heal them all, man?
This one,
Ugh.
I guess can't get very far. This one's gonna go out this way.
Does Nico have healing word? Do we know this?
He does have
Yeah.
healing word.
Okay.
He does.
He has used it on you guys before, so you guys know he has
Mhm.
it. This guy is just gonna throw his fucking spear at what's his face? At Chaz.
Oh my god.
A 10 will actually miss him, thankfully. And that guy's gonna actually have to stay put. Let me just double check Shaz's. There's no way he has 10 AC, right? Yeah, he has 14. Great. Ruby, your move. People are dead all around you.
Lily rang the bell, right?
Lily rang the bell, yes.
I will do mass healing word.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so big.
What a
Big
sham.
So fucking big.
Which. So who's down again and who needs healing?
Simon,
Tony,
Nico, Suzanne,
Simon,
and Tony.
Suzanne.
Okay.
Okay. Can we just say shocking? Chaz is the one that's up.
Wait.
I
let's
wouldn't
see.
have betted.
1, 2, 3,
The enemies just forgot about him, clearly.
4,
How many can
Yeah.
you heal with healing mass healing word?
6 people.
6 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's probably 60 feet, right?
Yes.
You can get everyone that needs it.
Yeah, and you can get it Suma too.
Okay.
Okay, how much is everybody getting?
Let me roll. Yeah.
You can even heal the enemy if you want.
Oh yeah.
10
Make a
HP.
point.
Suzanne, back up at 10. Simon, back up at 10. Nico, back up at 10. Tony. Wait, you got Tony, right?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tony's back up at 10.
So that was a bonus action. Also do. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Guess I will just Crid Flame then.
Okay, yes. Which one? The big guy?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'd go for the one that just knocked down Suzanne.
That's him. Yeah, the big guy.
Okay.
Okay, gotta make a dex save for this guy. Crits it.
These guys are
Um,
good.
I'm rolling today. I haven't crit on you guys, but I am rolling. Excellent. Okay. It is now unless you're moving, Ruby. Are you gonna move at all anywhere?
No. Maybe I'll move a little bit more back to where I was before.
Okay, excellent. Then it's Suzanne's turn. Suzanne is just gonna get up from prone and goes, well, here goes. And can't really do. Actually, you know what? Suzanne is smart. She's gonna get up, disengage, and then. Ayla, can you bonus action disengage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bonus action disengage and can get 15 feet away from this guy. I think is probably her best move right now. Tony is going to have to get up as well. Looks up at the Behir, looks at Alok. He goes, I don't know what to do. Should I shoot at him?
Run back to Nico. Run back to Nico.
Okay.
Disengage, by the way.
Disengages and is gonna run behind Nico this way. Alok, your move.
Okay. Does Gallet still look masochistic over there? Like, does he probably looks like
Bring it.
Yeah,
I
he
want
does.
it. I want it.
Now I'm assuming this thing has range, so I'm still gonna disengage. Which really sucks. Actually, I don't want to waste that though. Okay. Shit.
By the way, just
I won't be
letting
able to
you
get sneak
know,
attack.
the tentacles don't grant flanking, but do grant sneak attack.
Do
So
they?
my
They get
tentacle-
sneak
yeah.
attack?
Yep,
Yes.
specifically.
Okay, never mind. That changes everything. All right, I will bonus action disengage, move away to here, and I'll make an attack at normal. We'll just see how that goes.
Okay.
I'm
23's gonna hit.
Wow, that is
Okay.
That's
very
so
low.
good, even
Very
if it's
low.
red.
22 damage. You boom, put a chunk into this thing's a thick hide, and it looks like it's feeling that one. 30 feet of that enemy for whales. 30 feet from that enemy is whales?
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, unless you're letting me still do the thing where I can do it on the creature, but
You can still do that if you want.
okay.
Just use up your whales.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I
be
think it
crazy.
rounds up, so it'd be
Just be a little wacky about it.
Hey.
Hey, almost did as much as your full sneak attack. This thing
Didn't want to say that.
sorry. This thing is a little bit peeved. It's the Behir's turn. How much movement does this guy have?
Probably a bit.
You know what? You're the closest thing to it, Gallet.
I am. And I'm
Gallant.
waiting.
It's gonna go over to you.
Come to me.
Well, actually, before we do anything crazy,
Yeah, let's not go crazy.
does not get its breath weapon back. Okay. Going to attempt to constrict you.
No.
But you are
No,
very fortunate
I'm
that I
fancy
rolled
OV.
a 3. Then this thing is just gonna bite you. And rolls a 12.
You can't even hit.
I rolled a
I'm
3 and then a
asking for
2! Okay.
Dodging,
great.
ducking, weaving.
Honestly, dodges some damage against itself from your Armor of Agathis.
Yeah, honestly.
Gallant, your move.
Hmm. Do I do the thing that I want to do, or the thing that could be funny?
I mean, you probably want to do the thing that's funny too, right?
Well, it's not even. It's not the funniest, but I find it amusing, so I'll try it.
Vote
I'll
number
just
3.
go to this side, and I'm gonna push him off. I cast Spirit Shroud just for the extra damage at level 5,
Okay.
and Wave Blade does a 17. Oh, well,
17?
plus whatever.
It hits. It hits. It hits.
Yeah, and
With
it's
your
gonna.
with your bless, yeah.
And this is push. Like I was planning push anyway, so.
Okay, 8 damage. Does it get a save against the push? Or just gets pushed.
Nope, just gets pushed.
Okay. That's a lot of damage. 823 damage.
Yep.
This thing gets pushed off the side. Well, I guess it goes.
It gets pushed off 10.
2.
And I can do another attack, so I'll do it. I'll use human determination for this attack just to make sure that this guy goes away.
18.
27.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
And 15 plus Ghost Guys.
Gallop's doing some fucking damage right now, guys.
Get
Okay.
back out.
Gets pushed off into the water. You don't know where it is anymore.
And that's my turn.
Gallat, at the end of your turn, you see movement in the water.
Uh-oh. Where?
You can tell that this thing has just used legendary action to reposition.
Hey guys, it probably moved. You should be careful on the western front. Or since we were west originally on, I think the southern front.
Okay.
The back.
Simon's turn. He gets up next to you, Suma. Kind of grabs on your sleeve to pull himself up.
Yeah.
Sorry for going down. Don't worry. I
You're
can do
doing
that
so
again.
well, honestly.
Pulls out a spell book. Gonna cast Scorching Ray again. Actually, he's gonna direct it down towards the other Sahuagin. We'll see how many he hits. Gonna cast it one more time. 14 misses. Hits. Crits.
What is up?
Does 10 damage and then another 11 damage. The other Sahuagin goes down. Excellent. Great. It's now Shaz's turn. Shaz doesn't really see any other targets other than the big boy, so he's gonna take a swing, a stab at the big boy. Misses terribly. Suma, your move.
Alrighty, I am going to
Wait, Simon has 2
So-
kills from this fight.
circle around this big boy here and do my thing.
Do your thing.
Oh, you're right.
Hits.
Thanks, Ryan. Didn't
All
notice.
those are gonna hit. So it's 8, 13, 19 damage.
Yep.
Great. Awesome.
Yep.
It is now the Baron's turn then. It's gonna look at you, Suma, size you up a little bit. I literally don't even think he can hit you. I literally don't think he can hit you if you cast shield. Your AC goes up to what, 26?
Yeah. I guess unless he got a nat 20. But... LOL. 26?
Okay.
I mean, I
Hey,
won't
Stuma,
even
want to swap again?
No.
Okay.
That's
Does
cool.
hit you.
Fun hip.
Actually,
How close is he?
do you cast shield?
I'm gonna
No.
use my portent on the 27.
Ooh.
It makes it a 3 plus whatever.
Okay. The first one does hit 10 damage. And actually, he has a little bit of a thing that gives you advantage if you have lost any of your health.
Okay.
So he's gonna re-roll that last attack roll. Okay, nothing comes of it, but that's still good. A good use of your portent, I believe. Has no more actions. Nico, gets up off the ground. Where's its big single? Looks over, sees probably the only big target right there, and is going to what is he gonna do? He has he has 3 more bardics to give. Jesus, Nico. God, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's just gonna. You know what? Go big or go home. He's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on the big boy. He's gonna have to make a Wisdom saving throw, and this big guy probably not very good at those. A 6. Hypnotic Pattern takes hold. This thing is charmed, incapacitated, and cannot move. Great. It's the priestess's turn. That's the last one of your enemies that is taking a movement right now. What can it do? Could it really even help? It's gonna cast Hold Person on Suma.
So what kind of save is that?
It is a Wisdom saving throw, and actually, it can do a bit more than that. Actually, yeah, it's just Suma then. The DC is okay. Does not matter. You save against it instantly. Okay, and it's gonna move a little bit away from you guys. Ruby, your move.
Yes, I will go with Suma and be flanking with him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You also have your spiritual weapon still up.
Yeah, I don't think I can get there in time though, because I think it's 20.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Just keep that there for the meantime, and then I will do my Warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay, with advantage, 24 hits. You still have your Sign of Divinity, so you do still do that that D8 of damage. Only at 7. Go ahead and roll again in case you crit.
Sure. Okay. Warhammer.
Okay, we'll take that roll, which is a bit more damage. Okay, whacking at this guy. I think for your bonus action.
I also wanted to use my Divine Strike, just deal an extra 1d8.
Ooh. Hell yeah. For sure. Okay, an extra 2 damage. Not nothing. Okay. At the top of the initiative order, before anything else happens, and before we end the session for tonight, can I just have everybody give me a perception check?
Why would you do that?
That's a
Why would you
weird
ask
ask.
me that, DM?
Would I have advantage?
Just for fun, right? Just funny.
Funny.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, first natural 20.
Hey, let's go.
Someone's ahead of the curve.
Anything from Suma? Perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, at 19. Suma and Alok. Alok, I think for you, it is less of something that you perceive and something that you sense. Not in the sense of you see something, but you feel it. There is an immense dark energy radiating out, rippling like a lightning bolt zigzagging its way around the rocks. It makes contact with something deep underwater, and all of you feel a chill run down your spine as you hear the Behir scream so loud that you can hear it from above the water. Something has happened to it. You are unsure what. But you get the feeling that when it reemerges, it may be slightly different than you did before. Yes, Alok.
Does the darkness feel familiar at all?
On a nat 20, it reminds you strikingly of the energy of Madeline's sword.
Yeah, okay. I had a feeling. I mean, it doesn't mean it's a sword. It just means it's like Xanda's death shit, right? So.
It did strike you as odd. It has stricken many people as odd how aggressive these creatures have become in the sea.
Oh god, is the sword near here?
Seemingly from out of nowhere. And on that note, we're going to start back up again with Suzanne's turn, who's surely going to do some really cool stuff next time around. Thank you guys for a fun little reintroduction into the campaign. You guys are getting a ship battle, all right? You guys are fighting with your friends. And I rolled initiatives for Archers A, B, and both the skirmishers for no reason. I had to quickly kind of reaccount for them not being there.
I mean,
I honestly prefer this because now I really like Tony.
Yeah, now we got 2 more named characters.
Yeah, we're eventually gonna run down and name all of them at some point.
See, we're getting more characters to kill off. Let's go.
I'm pacing myself. Lily's doing her best. She's just up there, ringing the bell constantly.
What is happening?
Yeah. Thank you guys. How do you feel? About the sesh?
Feel great.
Yeah. Feel
Hell
okay.
yeah. Back into it.
Wanting to continue, and then you stopped it.
It is that time of the night, unfortunately. This thing is gonna be beefed up. It's gonna have legendary actions now. It's gonna be good. Okay, full disclosure, my plan was to have some of you on the ship exploring it, right?
Oh.
And then your other crewmates fighting this Hawagan on the ship. So it's like a battle on 2 fronts. We're like, oh, should we go help our crewmates on there? How are they doing? But if everyone's on the same place, action economy kind of goes crazy. But
So what you're saying is